It's the now and here, gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X Gaming Show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm your host, 30 and Still Gaming, and joining me each and every single week is Sgt Mclusky. I don't know if my volume sounds a little weird to you or whatnot. Let me know. Uh-oh, we're getting a lot of little jittery going on here.
Would it be...
Oh, for God's sakes.
Would it be easier to say that we're going to have sound issues just like we normally do?
No, we don't have sound issues. We have video issues right now. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, what is going on?
Is it a complete and total censorship?
It's complete. Oh, there it goes. How's it going, everybody?
What do you
Professional show. Yeah, it was like super locking up. We couldn't move. We couldn't do anything. And we're good now. All right. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about Bungie. We're going to be talking about Bungie Destiny. We're going to be talking about Borderlands and 2K. We're going to talk about Battlefield. We're going to talk about Microsoft. We're going to talk about PlayStation with Wolverine and lots of other little stories in between. If you guys like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We are live 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday nights, right here on 30NSG over on YouTube, and also on 30 and Still Gaming over on Twitch, all the platforms. You can also watch the past broadcasts after the fact over on Spotify, Anchor.fm, anywhere else a podcast is heard or listened to. So appreciate that very much. What's going on, Sarge?
Not much, man. Busy week.
Time warp.
It is kind of amazing how fast it goes, because it's kind of like the weekend happens and then some stuff goes on and then I don't hear from you, and then when I come back on Monday and Tuesday, just work routine, and then I'm off and then I'm here. That's weird.
Yeah. and this is the last show for September, right? Because I think it ends on what, Wednesday? Tuesday?
Today is the 30th, yeah.
Yeah. So next week we're in October. Like
this is what I call the clicking effect of the roller coaster.
Yeah.
This is
you pass Halloween and then you start going down the hill.
Halloween does this.
Yeah, and it's over. October, there's a lot of games coming out in October, right? So I looked at this earlier.
You mean like every October?
Well, no, just every month, but there's a lot of big games coming out, right? So you have Battlefield 6 coming out. Right, you have Arc Raiders coming out. You have Kingsmaker is coming out. You have Ghost of Yotei coming out. You have Nightmares. I
thought we were calling it Ghost of Yoplay because it's so soft.
Yoplay. Is that a yogurt? You got Painkiller, I think, coming out. You got the game.
Coat, yes.
You have Dispatch coming out. I don't know if that's a big game or not, but it's still a game that people...
Dispatch, that you put a headset on and stuff comes on your screen and you have to read it out to fictitious police officers. You have to get it right, and if you don't say it correctly, they don't go to the actual crime. That'd be a good game, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you have Vampires. You have Outer Worlds 2.
People have to speak into a microphone at the very least.
Yeah, we're moving fast through October. So let's start off. What's going on, chat? How you guys doing? Let's start off with what we've been playing, shall we? All right. I've been playing a lot of different games. I'll let you, as always, I'll let you go first.
I mean, you know my circle. My circle is not that big because I don't have a lot of time. So In between now playing Helldivers and BG3 on Sundays, I've now squeezed in BG1. I'm doing a playthrough. I'm going to go through BG1, BG2, and by the time I'm done with BG3 with Travis, then I'll be free and I'll do a BG3 myself. Go through the game.
Okay.
And then RTSs. Yeah, Company Heroes 3, Dawn of War 3, or Dawn of War 1, the remaster. Yeah, it's about it.
They're saying in chat, all turns like the original date for Marathon will soon be here. That was the 23rd, I believe, was Tuesday, was when it was supposed to come out. And also Borderlands was supposed to come out, which we'll talk about that a little bit later because they still haven't fixed it yet. And they're past now the date it would originally come out after they pushed it up 2 weeks.
I realize now that even if a game comes out that I think is going to be good, it doesn't turn out to be good. There's no sweat off my balls anymore. I've got plenty of games to play. I don't care.
Yeah. There's so many things to play.
I have so many things to play to keep me busy that I'm still interested in. That if a game comes out and it flops completely on its face, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. I'll see you in the discount bin.
So,
as a matter of fact, I'm looking on Steam after the show tonight. I want to see if I can keep my eye out on Icewind Dale. I want to see if I can get Icewind Dale on sale.
It isn't always on sale.
Depends.
It's like it goes on sale like 3 times a year.
Yeah, but it's they don't sell by itself anymore. It's always part of a
bundle. Yeah, like a package or whatever it is. I've been playing a couple different games. I've been playing so many different games that I have to think. Last week I talked about Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, still playing that. Okay. Helldivers, I'm still playing that. I got back into, for about a month now, I've been playing a little bit of Disney Speedstorm. It's the kart racing game, like Mario Kart. It's a really good game. Monetization's fucking ridiculous, but you can unlock stuff. But the game itself, if you take it's a free to play game. If you take the microtransaction, all the fucking things that come on the screen, if you just play the game, their map design is really good. Their like course design is really good. So like they change, like one map or one race has 7 different courses because they have like different shortcuts and different things. Their actual map design for all the different regions, like if it's like Little Mermaid or if it's what's the one in the mind? Inside Out. There's like boards like Inside Out and stuff like that, like thematically from the movies that you're driving through and stuff. Really cool. They have Alice in Wonderland that came out this last month or whatever. So now you're going through their courses. You got the Mad Hatter in the game. You have Alice now. You have the Queen. So there's a lot of characters. There's well over 100 characters now inside the game. It's been out for like a year or 2, something like that. So I've been playing that a little bit. It's a good kart racing game. Played Skate. Okay, Skate. EA.
You mean walk?
Walk. You climb. Assassin's Skate is basically what we were saying in the chat the other day.
I watched you for 40 minutes. I never saw a skateboard.
That's not true. I was skydiving off the top of the building, and then I was jumping through a hoop, and then trying to hit that ramp, doing a massive trick is what I was trying to do.
The time that I watched you for 40 minutes. I didn't see a skateboard.
That's false.
That's why I didn't understand what you were playing. You're telling me skate, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, skate.
So we played Skate in the very beginning. We were doing the actual what you're supposed to do in the game, but then you climb and you go up to different places and you try different lines and stuff. It's fun. It is a fun game, but it does feel like it's missing something. It looks like they can expand.
It's missing something. It's missing cool skate park. That's what it's missing.
No, it's got a cool skate park. The whole city's a skate park. It's actually.
Well, that's my point. You make it open world. The entire world is a skate park, but you're running around looking for where you could do a trick. Meanwhile, in the old games, there was just an area to go skate to do the tricks.
Yep. No, it's definitely there's a couple different things that was in it. You could like roll, like do like parkour stuff in the game, like you're climbing buildings, you're doing different things, but everything in the game is some sort of trick. It's the curvature, the grind. If there's nothing there, they let you place stuff down, which I thought about after I streamed it the other day. I was like, oh, I could have put a ramp on the ramp.
Down.
What's that?
Why would I have to place something down?
Well, you could place your different ramps and stuff up to make different tricks and different things. Like if you want to make a gap between something,
the ramps of those instances be somewhere in the game.
They are. Everything is a ramp. Everything is a thing. But between one thing and the other, you can add more stuff, and you can make it like you can grind through that gap that you couldn't do before. You wouldn't understand. You don't play these types of games, right? So
that's correct.
That's correct. So like the whole city is it's really cool what they've done with the city, right? The whole city is where you can skate, do different lines. They have the best way I can describe it. It's like not One Republic, Public Rider Republic, which is a Ubisoft's game, of the open world thing with mountain bikes and snowmobiles and stuff like that. It's like Forza Horizon with cars, but it's with skateboards. So skateboards, as you unlock stuff, more points of interest open up on the map. So you have like different things that you can do. So you could do different tricks and different lines, or you could do co-op. And then when you do co-op, you can have up to 4 people in your little group, and then you're like competing against. So it's sort of like horse. Like someone could do the trick, and then you do the same trick and see who gets the higher score, or whatever.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. So they have that in this as well. I
played all those games originally. I played the
I understand that,
and I played SSX, and I played all those.
So now they've upped it where you can do skydiving. Like you jump off the top of the building and then try to land on another building by doing these different things. It's silly. It's fun. Again, I played it on Monday. I haven't touched it since then, right? But it is a fun game. Other than that, I'm playing another game called Sworn, which I played and talked about on this show about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. It's a roguelite where basically I've unlocked 4 characters so far. Each character has 4 different weapons that you can unlock. And it's so very small little maps that you get in. So you can unlock a guy that's a swordsman, a warrior, like a big buff guy with a hammer, what you start with. Then you have a monk, and then I forget the last ones. I think it's like a wizard, if I'm not mistaken, or another name for a wizard. So they have like spells that they can do. And as you do this, there's 2 doors that you pick. You kill a couple guys on the map. You go through, choose a door, and on the door it'll be like a flame
Monty Hall thing. You got to pick a door.
Yeah, you pick a door like Monty Hall. It's like a flame, and the flame is like a currency that you need to upgrade some of your weapons. The purple thing's another thing you upgrade some of your skills. So you have to choose. If I beat this next level, I'll get.
Right. Do you want this? Do you want the box?
Right. Do you want the box, or do you want right? Do you want what's in the box, or do you want what's behind the curtain? Right. So you decide that, and you go through the door, and then there's like random guys that you fight. Okay. Once you go through a certain amount of doors, you hit a midway point, which is a boss, right? You beat the boss, you go through that door, and you get to the next stage, and then you fight the main boss. I haven't beat the main boss yet. I was so close. I missed it the other day. But basically, it's just rinse and repeat. Small little things. You can do a couple levels, die real fast if you want, go back, start, and you can like farm certain things. I like it. It's a fun little thing. I put quite a few hours into it. Like I said, because you only start with one character. I've unlocked the 2 weapons with the first main character. I've unlocked 4 weapons with the second character. I've unlocked 3 weapons with the third character. And I've unlocked, I think, 2 weapons with the 4th character. And you have to unlock the characters as well. So I've played quite a bit, upgraded a couple things. Let me see if I can bring up so you guys know what Sworn is. Let me bring it up. So because it visually it's actually
Rygar.
What's that?
Sounds like Rygar.
Let me see. Sworn.
That'd be a great game to redo and remaster to present day. The Conan the Barbarian with a yo-yo. You remember that game?
Yeah, and I remember the game. And this is a co-op game as well. You could play with 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. I've only played solo. But
what's this? How long has this been out?
This is on Game Pass right now.
Interesting.
Right?
It kind of looks like Hades a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a Hades. It's direct competitor to it. And you run around and you do stuff. So you're fighting little bosses on the bang. There's different things you can unlock and do missions while you're on a thing. There's a companion. If you saw, I have like a little squirrel that follows me around now that does damage and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty really.
Did you say a little squirrel?
There's a little squirrel. So there's different gods, sort of like Hades, right? Yeah. There's different gods that you get certain elemental damage. Like fire, ice, poison, sunshine. Like there's a bunch of different things you can do. right? So these are the different ones. There's a Spectre. That's the guy I couldn't remember, the Spectre. Right? So he has like projectiles. They all have like a... So it's pretty simple. So B is dodge real fast, okay? Is a dodge button real fast. See, and you get these things. Here, I'll pause it there. So that god like opens up this guy, and then you get to pick one of his things. So it's either gain damage reduction each time an enemy is near by 25%. There's your dash that you have, and then just quake. And then as you do this, so let's say I happen to go through 2 more doors, and I get the same god again, then I can level up, and it levels up the mighty dash to, instead of doing 25 damage, it might do 75% damage. So you're like building on top of based on what doors you choose and pick. Does that make sense? And sometimes you might lose health, so you might have to pick the door with health, because you don't have anything unlocked yet where you gain health by killing things. So the only way to get health is by completing the next level. And if you complete it, you don't want to get damaged anymore. If you get damaged, then it's kind of pointless of getting health, right? So you get your reward at the end after you beat all the enemies on the board. So that's the way it works. So it's actually pretty good. It's a really fun game.
Does the game scale? Does the game scale if you play with multiple people?
I played it with Eclipse last year. I don't remember if it's scaled. Do you remember Eclipse, if it's scaled with us? It was easier. We did beat the bosses. I remember last time we played. I haven't even got anywhere close to this. The bosses are quite challenging. This is the guy I keep losing to right here. I can't beat him. I almost got him down. The Butcher. Almost got him down. But yeah, I like the style of it. That's the guy I use the most right there. So it's on Game Pass right now. It's also out right now on console and whatnot, but I played it on Game Pass. Also, Hades is on Game Pass as well. I was going to play that as well.
So when is Hades 2 supposed to come out?
Today. It came out today.
Hades 2 comes out today?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's an off-brand... Sworn, it's actually a really good game. So I want to say it's kind of easier than Hades, if that makes any kind of sense, but like,
well, Hades is unforgiving.
But it's the same type of game where it's you go up, you die, you start again, you build up, and in the long term, you're unlocking things and helping you go through the stuff.
Is anybody else getting a ridiculous amount of commercials on their mobile device about the tower defense game by that creepy guy who keeps trying to promote his game? Does anybody else know what I'm talking about, or is it just me?
I have no idea.
I never click on anything that has to do with him, but I keep getting the commercial like 25 times a day. The tower.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't see commercials on YouTube. So
you don't see any commercials? Yes, for months. Magic, you know what I'm talking about, or is it just me?
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so I'm playing a lot of different games. I'm playing Helldivers. I'm playing Sworn. I'm playing Disney Speedstorm. I'm playing Skate. I'm playing. There's one more game I'm playing. Oh, Deep Rock Galactic. Lots of small games I'm playing right now. Like I'm gonna download Hades this weekend.
Bucket? How can you play all these games? It's crazy.
I play them in small bursts, like in the afternoon. So like when I pick up my kid, I come home, and then while he's doing his homework,
you tie him to a tree. And
no, while he's doing his homework, I come back in the room and I'll play a game for like 45 minutes or so. And then on the weekend I'll pick up.
I don't even play tower defense games. I don't click on anything tower defense.
I like the orc game that we played. The orc game was fun. That we played a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
But you can always tell. You can always tell that you'll play it for a little bit, and then it's like, thank you. We're moving on.
Altern says, I'm surprised I haven't been played this on stream yet. I actually was. I was going to play it on stream the other day, but then I was like, the new Major Order came out. I wanted to play. I'm addicted to Helldivers. We have over 106 hours in that game in the last month. So like it's a month tomorrow. And I have over 140 hours in the game, but I have like 106 in missions and whatnot. So 106, 110, something like that. So I'm addicted to Helldivers right now. Yeah. So I have like 140 hours inside of Helldivers 2 in 1 month. Please help me. I have a problem. So yeah, that's everything that I've been playing. So Helldivers. I have to say, let's talk about Helldivers a little bit, right? And then we'll actually talk about Helldivers, and I'll tell about the little post they put as well. I don't like the Illumin, or the Squid as they call them inside the game, right? The faction itself, I think, is the weakest faction, even though they're like harder at some points because they swarm you And if you don't have the correct weapons, even though you have a lot of different weapons to use against them, now that I've played them for, I don't know, 20 so hours or something like that over the last couple days, I just don't like the faction. To me, there's something missing with this faction. I think the bugs are well done. I think the automatons are the best. To me, I think this is the worst, as Krebsy's saying, the worst faction as well. Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like at moments they're good, but there's a lot of bullshit moments that happen. You know what I'm talking about, Sarge? I hear you screaming all the time when we're playing. Like, you're trying to reload. They're like swatting at you.
Reload.
Yeah. It happens more.
There is no reason, 100,000%, no reason that when I'm done firing the gun and it empties, that the guy doesn't just auto reload himself.
Right.
The fact that I can interrupt my own reload, and I'm not going like this, by the way. I'm not doing this to reload. It goes, mag's empty. I hit it, and I'm just running around. I'm not moving. I'm not diving or trying to interrupt anything. And then another guy shows up. I start click, 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 click. Why aren't you reloaded? Why aren't you reloaded? The whole game is people trying to kill you. Why don't you reload?
Yeah, I feel like it happens more with this faction than it does with the other two factions.
I know
they swat at you.
They make it light of it, like it's supposed to be some kind of drama that you didn't reload, so you have to quickly reload. Like, that's not drama. It's just mental.
Well, I think so it happened to me twice or three times today. They swat at you, and I'm talking about the small guys, right? I'm in between, like, loading. It won't load, like you said. Then I'm running away, but I'm slowed down. They swat at me, and I get, like, stun locked. And they swat me again, stun locked, 3 hits, and you're dead. And I'm like, what the hell? I couldn't do anything. Then there's the gas things that are everywhere that you don't even see them.
Those
and
little
then
barrels?
those little purple barrels.
I don't care where they are. If I see
I shoot them. You shoot them.
I shoot everything.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's I like I said, I like it. So again, we're old players that started when the game came out. We stopped playing and then came back, and now we're playing a shit ton again on Xbox. I'm loving it. Lots of problems. They're still having major issues happening. All right, major issues happening with Helldivers. Okay, and here's a post that they came out with the other day. Right, it says, "Greeting Helldivers. We know many of you have been experiencing issues including performance drops, stability hiccups, freezes, and annoying audio bugs. Okay, remember, this game came out a year and a half ago. Okay, a year and a half ago, sold 18 million copies between PlayStation, PC, and now Xbox. Okay, maybe even more now. Okay, with Xbox. It says, we've seen the feedback across Discord forums, Reddit, and our dashboards. You've also been loud and clear of absolutely right to expect better. Awesome, right? We also recognize that our recent updates haven't hit the mark, and our silence hasn't helped. Okay, which is weird because when the game first came out, they had problems like this, right? 6 hours after the game came out, these guys were communicating, right? They've been communicating really well up until a couple, I want to say like 8 months in. Then all of a sudden they went silent, and then problem after problem after problem. Then they had the Xbox launch, and then they had the new update launch, the update with the Dust Devil Warbond, and then the cave system that they put in. And now they took it out, right? You could go play the caves, but you can't play the new Terminate guys that dig underneath the ground because they were popping through like solid objects, and they were focusing more on the host and not the other players, right? So now they took them out for 5 weeks. So here they're saying, starting with the good news, there's also incoming updates of mid-October where we all start chipping away at some of the fixed crashes, okay? Fix the primary weapons, sidearm audio, and stop during missions. Minor performance improvements, long overdue bug fixes, right? So they just kept pushing it on the back burner, right? All these bug fixes, we'll get it later, right? And it's built up on this thing. No more landing on caves. A balance pass, okay? And now it says 4 of the bigger performance pieces. Unfortunately, we can't wave a short turnaround magic wand, nor would a 60-day patch fix them fully. And this right here is my crux with Helldivers, right? Helldivers is coming out and they're telling you, look, we need at least 60 minimum, and it's not going to fix everything. So they need 90, 120, 180, right? They need like 6 months of things to fix. Some people are thinking even 9 months of this, right? This is a massive problem in the industry. This is a game that launched. Everyone likes it. People love it. Okay. 18 million copies. year and a half later, and it's going to take them another potentially 6 to 9 months to fix the problems with the game right now in the game.
But it won't matter. All the talking
right.
won't matter because in 6 to 9 months, other games will pull you away from this game and you'll be busy with another game.
Right.
It doesn't
They already got your money. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Right? I enjoy Helldivers. I have no problem with it. It's held together by duct tape and fucking bubble
Big League
gum,
Chew. Yeah, Big League Chew.
Right? It's held together barely, but it's fun. It's a small repetitive loop. It's not too complicated. You play with your friends. You kill some time. You kill some enemies. It's fun, right? It's challenging and it's fun. But to go on this absolute tirade about we hear you and we're going to get fixes and we hired an engineer, like it doesn't matter. By the time you guys decide if you're going to fix this game or not, it'll be on fucking Game Pass and no one else will care. No one will care. They'll be on to the next thing. A matter of fact, as if you were just playing Helldivers as an actual mainstay game, right? The clock is fucking ticking, right? In less than a month, you got Battlefield 6, the Call of Duty comes out,
Yote, Arc Raiders,
all kinds of shit coming out. The clock's ticking. So whether your game works or not, it doesn't matter, right? I don't understand why they try to say that we're listening, we're going to do all this stuff. We understand what the game was. You understood what the game was, but you got so excited on how many you sold on PC that you knew you had to get it on console because you had to strike when the iron was hot. And you did. Congratulations. You guys got another group of people to buy your game. Everyone enjoys it. Now shut the fuck up and move on with your lives.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to hear your game's going to be fixed in a year. I got news for you. Your game's at the bottom of the list in 3 months. Your game is at the bottom of the list because something else is coming.
Right. Right. Not the bottom. You're saying it's not the bottom. It's a top of the list because people like it. But the problem is here. It says right here, right? Helldivers 2 have no plans for a sequel, right? Even if they did, they couldn't tell you because then it'd be like, oh, not only are you not fixing your game, but you're working on the next game, right? So it says here that they are hiring, not in this article, but they are hiring a brand new lead developer to help them with the C++ code of the engine because they need to get the shit working. Okay. My problem is while all this was happening, and Krebsy's saying makes you wonder. He says makes you wonder if the Xbox releasing impacted this. Would the issues have gotten fixed quicker if it wasn't released on Xbox to maintain quality? Well, I want to say yes, but I'm going to say no. Okay, because me going through the Reddit posts and all the people that were playing Helldivers before Xbox was even considered or everyone was talking about it in any way, shape, or form, there's been issues since day one. When the game came out, they had problems, right? And that was way before Xbox. Now, I know you could say, well, maybe they were working on Xbox in the background and this is why they had the problems. Well, if that's the case, guess what? Don't release the fucking game if you're going to have problems. And this is my problem with the industry. My problem with the industry is every AA, AAA game that comes out has massive problems when they launch. And then they fix it 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. Here we are. We're past 18 months now for Helldivers. We're past 18 months of Helldivers, and yet they're still fixing issues with the engine. But they knew they had the problems with the engine before they even released the game. And yet here they are.
Doesn't matter. They got paid.
Of course.
We're moving on.
Monster Hunter got paid. Helldivers got paid. Cyberpunk got paid. Right?
Did one of those things in the article say they're not doing a sequel? So Helldivers 2 guys, Dev said we're not doing a sequel. Great, you're not doing a sequel. So what does that mean? You're not selling DLC and you're not going to do a sequel. So you're going to just sit in a room to fix a game that no one will play in 3 months? That's what you think? I believe that? I believe you're going to fix a game that no one's going to play in 3 months because they're going to be too busy with other stuff, but that's your goal. No sequel. We're good where we are. I believe you. I got you.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're still in the gaming because we're playing Helldivers. I just wanted to talk about this, and then now we're going to go to the top stories. Look, I love Helldivers. I have 75 plus hours on Steam, and now I have 140 hours on console. Okay, that's over 200 hours. Okay, 230 hours of playtime between the two platforms, and yet here they are. Right, they got the money. And this is why I refuse to, because they have microtransactions in the game. you could purchase War Bond stuff with the super credits. But I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just find them in the game, and then when I find them and purchase the War Bonds through the super credits, okay, throughout the game, that's what they get, because you didn't give us a product that was finished, right? I'm not even talking about the live service aspect. I'm talking about a game that came out.
But the fun game loop made you erase the fact that it was a half-ass game. That's the issue.
Right.
If the game works good enough for the game loop to be fun and it doesn't cause a lot of fucking problems, then you're okay with it. This is everybody's excuse. Everyone's okay with it. Like, I fell into the same trap that everybody else does every once in a while because you want a fun game to play. And after a while, you're like, let's try this one. Right? But
right,
after
but
a while,
now,
it's like, but your game is going to be, I'm not saying no one will play it again. But once these other games start going out, you're not going to get your 200,000.
Yeah,
you're not going to get your 200,000 consistent player bullshit. This constant scoreboard that we have to look at. What games are popular, right? The fucking Steam thing is the fucking bane of all gaming existence now, because whatever the number says is gospel, right? It's annoying as fuck. I go by sales numbers. You sold the game. Congratulations. I don't care about your speech about fixing the game, because you don't care about it, because no one will be there to say thank you, because we'll be too busy playing the next game. That's it. It's fine. They got to listen. They would have never even went to console. They would have never went to console if they didn't sell well on PC, right? Because the guys thought about it like, well, we sold a really, really great number on PC. If we just port it over to console, if we get the same percentage, we'll make bank, right? And by the way, Xbox doesn't just say okay right away. They look at the sales too. Like, well, if you guys sold that many over there, we're gonna get 30% of all the ones over here. That sounds like a good deal. Go ahead and port it. We'll put it on for you. Right? This is not rocket science. They port the game over because they know it can sell, but they knew it could sell while it was broke. The game was broke for 18 months. It was broke, and and before you fixed it, you went, "Let's get on the console quick while the iron's hot."
Yep.
Congratulations.
Again, it's not a problem with the game. It's a problem with the industry. The industry itself, and everyone's doing it. That's what they copy. Look at Borderlands. Borderlands, right? So before we even get to Borderlands, let me switch over to the top stories. Let's go to the top stories. All right. So Borderlands, okay. Borderlands, let's bring this up, right? So Borderlands 4 sales passed 2.5 million since launch, right? And everyone's like, oh, it's good, right? But it's not good, because in the same time frame, right? I had to look this up. So let's look this up. It says in the first 5 days, Borderlands 3 sold over 5 million copies, making it the fastest selling 2K in history and 50% more successful than Borderlands 2 over the same period. So over 70% of the initial sales were digital, and the game also achieved record-breaking PC sales through Epic Game Store, which didn't sell on Steam at the time because it didn't sell on Steam until 6 months later, if I believe, right? So it says key milestones were 5 million copies, and the record-breaking figure was reached within the first 5 days of the game's release on September 13th of 2009, fastest-selling Borderlands 3 and the quickest-selling to 2K's history, which Borderlands 4, you would think, a much better game. Everyone loves it. Everyone's raving about it, the people that are playing it, but there's performance issues, right? Major performance issues. So Borderlands 4, latest patch just came out, Sarge. Just came out, right? Remember, this game wasn't supposed to launch till the 23rd, which was this past Tuesday, right? We're past that point now, and here we are. The game is still broke, still has performance issues, still has problems, okay? Yeah, to be understood. And they pushed it up 2 weeks, launched it 2 weeks ago, broke, buggy, unfinished, performance issues, people making returns left and right, Randy Pitchford coming out. We talked about this last week and the week before, okay? Borderlands 4's latest patch triggers a flurry of performance complaints. Different and more, all right, on top of the stuff that was already happening. And Gearbox says new starting problems should resolve over time as the shaders continue to compile. Okay? So it says the new Borderlands 4 patch has gone live with an array of fixes, gameplay tweaks, and also big one promises of improved performance and stability, sorely needed in the game that, despite its popularity, holds a mixed rating on Steam, largely because of the subpar performance. For the record, our reviewer liked it quite a bit, but the update also sparked a new round of performance complaints, though, as quite quite a few players are reporting that instead of being improved in their game performance, has worsened. Okay, worse than ever. One of the less greatest things about PC gaming is that the high infinite number of potential hardware configures means that somebody somewhere is always going to have problems with the new game launch or update in this case. Though the problem seems fairly widespread, with reports of diminished frame rates, increasing stuttering coming in Steam, Reddit, and X alike. Some users do say that they've seen improvements with frame rates, or at least the things that are more or less the same. But at least at this point, there's also seems easily outnumbered by players who say that's also encountered the opposite effect. A few players have also said clearly that the shader cache might help clear out the problems, but it's also not clear whether or not related to a new patch. You know what I love, Sarge? When you buy something new, you buy a brand new car and the door falls off, but if you just hold the door with your right arm as you're going down the road, it's fixed. It's not a problem. You just hold the door, right? The window falls down. You're just like, well, you just put a little duct tape on the thing and just tape it to the top of there. It's fine, right? Brand new car. It's not a big deal. Don't complain about this, right? So they have problems, and amazing. Randy Pitchford himself last week said, I would love a field of view slider. But we can't do it. We can't do it. Borderlands 4 gets a field of view slider on console, performance improvements, and gear buffs in the big new update. It's amazing when people complain about something that shit gets done. But if you just glaze them over and say, the game is perfect, it's the best game in the world, I'm having fun, right? People say, hey, I'm feeling nauseous and sick, we need a field of view slider. Randy Pitchford's like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. If you could code something, code it yourself, do the engine, you don't need a field of view slider because of the advantage over other people. It's like, the fuck are you talking about, Randy? We need a field of view slider.
I don't even hear it anymore, because if there was a performance problem beforehand, just because you patched it and put a FOV slider in doesn't make it's going to work better, because if the field of view changes, the rendering has to change. And if your system can't handle the rendering to begin with, then it's not going to work properly. It's going to skip. You're going to get frame drops. That's what happens. That's why consoles don't normally have an FOV slider, because they can't render what the game is doing. That's the whole point, right? On PC, there's an FOV slider because you got fucking Giga Chads with Giga chips, and so they can run it. It makes sense. But I go by the numbers, bro. I go by the 2.5 million copies sold.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Now, maybe it was higher and they got
Randy.
Hey, maybe I'm telling you,
2.5 million copies sold. You must be so proud.
I'm telling you right now, man. I said if Randy Pitchford, him opening his mouth, took at least 2 to 4 million copies away from this, right? So just put 2 million back on the board. That's 4.5. It's still under the 5, but that's 4.5, right?
Enjoy your game.
It's mind-boggling to me that their spokesperson, Randy Pitchford, because that's what he is. He's a spokesperson, right? No, he is. If he's appointed or not, that's what he is.
He's an internal terrorist.
No, I understand that, but he's his own. He's like, I'm saving the company. No, you're hurting the company. Shut up, right? Just shut up.
His contract must be insane. His contract, the legality inside of his contract must be insane for him to do what he's doing.
He's got to have something.
The board doesn't get rid of him. There's no sanctions on him. He doesn't take an extra vacation. Nothing. He just runs amok. Do you understand what kind of ironclad contract you have to have as a CEO that you can actually shit in the middle of your office? Nobody says a word. They just smile.
Yeah. Well, you know what I also find funny is that, not that I go out and try to find stories, right? If the game is so good, how come no one's really talking about it? It came out 2 weeks ago.
The guys who glaze talk about it all the time, bro.
It's gone.
All the journalists that got paid, they talk about it every fucking day. I see the articles. They talk about it every day. Oh, he's on the payroll. But otherwise, normal people
I don't see it trending. I don't see it trending. I don't see anyone talking about it. I see Randy giving out shift codes. That's about it, right? And I follow them. I follow Borderlands on social media and stuff like that, right? People are making videos. People are talking about it, hey, what's the best thing to do? But you know what I'm saying?
He sucked the fun out of the
I called the smell test.
He ran right out of the room.
Yeah, He was the guy that dad came home. What are you guys doing? Get your feet off the couch. You put that cup on the thing.
Like he's like the fun police. He came
Yeah.
and decided to shit on everybody, and he wants to know why no one wants to play his game.
I think more so, right? Because Borderlands 3, which everyone hated, by the way, was the best selling one. Why? Because the one before, Borderlands 2, was the most popular one. But then Borderlands 3 came out, and people were hyped for Borderlands 3, but then they found out they bought it. It was the most popular because of sales. But at the same time, they found out that it was a really bad game, like the story-wise, right? And people were upset. And since then, they fixed it over the last 4 years. But I think that did detrimental like damage to Borderlands' name. Because, and then on top of that, Randy.
The movie didn't do any favors.
But that's another thing I was just going to bring up. The movie coming out last year didn't do favors, right? Now, would it even be worse if this game came out last year when the movie came out? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, much worse.
So
much worse because people forget over time. You have to. That's how it works.
So
if this came out like right after the movie, abysmal performance.
Yeah, done. It wouldn't even have sold 2.5. Yeah, they would have been like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." Look, I think over time, I think this will sell more. But
7 million. Look at the 7 million over time.
What do we think, Sarge? Christmas time, we said last week. Do you think earlier?
It's
sale?
Nope, it's not. That's not the discussion anymore. The discussion is not when it goes on sale. The discussion how much a sale it is, because by Thanksgiving it'll be on sale.
33%.
In 45 days, this game will be on sale.
33%.
I think the Black Friday thing you get half off.
Half
off. Black Friday half off to push
you
it.
Think a 50%?
They want 5 to 7 million copies before the end of the year. That's how you do it.
I think they go 33% first, right? 33% first, and then they push up to 40%.
Black Friday, 50% off. But it'll be like for 3 days or 4 days or some shit.
Yeah, it'll be quick. It'll be quick.
But it'll be 50% off.
I was still thinking, and I still didn't pull the trigger when it was what, $6 for Borderlands 3. I was like, $6. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I agree with 30. Yeah, I think like 33%. I think like a 33%, then maybe a 40% type of thing. 50% steep, man. 50% shows their hand. Okay, 33%, 50% means we're fucking in trouble and we need to get copies out there. Is that what that is?
Friday, man. Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
50% off for 3 days or 48-hour sale. And it'll give everyone buzzing. Did you see? The game I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole is 50% off for 2 days?
Randy said it wouldn't go on sale for years.
Everything Randy says, he does the opposite. Everything that he says.
We're not going to get field of view sliders. I would love field of view sliders. Field of view sliders. 2 weeks later. Field of view sliders. Less than 2 weeks. Field of view sliders. Right?
No, it's not, Salty.
Salty says it's already 33% off on CD keys, aka loaded. No, really?
Not. No.
Yeah, but that's not official though. I'm talking when I say 33% Salty, I'm talking from the manufacturer, from the developers themselves. They say, hey, we're doing 33%. Sometimes other companies do their own sales, but it's not officially from the actual. Kingspeak says 50%, but with the added content they promise, so the price will be higher. I see what you're saying. So they put the first DLC in, so it would be like $100, but they're giving you the 33% or 50% off, which then brings it down to, yeah, I see what maybe Kingspeak.
This is where you have to do the meme where the guy clucks his tongue and goes, nice.
Yeah.
That's where you have to put this in right there.
That's a good move. I like it. They're like, not only do you get the deluxe edition, but you also get the first DLC. It's $100, but we're giving it to you for $45. So that way, Randy Pitchford can say, well, we didn't put it on sale. We put the DLC on sale, right? So that's
right.
Interesting. Maybe. Since we're talking about Borderlands, and this is one thing that's on fire. Oh, we're not done with Borderlands yet. What was I talking about? My mistake. Okay. Borderlands 4 Nintendo Switch version delayed indefinitely. It's probably because of the field of view slider for the console.
Let's discuss a couple things. Right? I want to make sure that we're all part of the English language. When you say something is indefinite means forever. Like there's no opening. Like there's a possibility. This would just be say delayed. You would say delayed. Borderlands 4.
Yeah, delayed, but not indefinitely.
Delayed. Right. when you say delayed indefinitely, that means you were told it's not coming out, so stop asking me. Like, that's basically what it is. Until someone says, hey, we're going to release it for Switch 2 4 years from now. Like, when you say indefinite, it means never.
Yeah.
So why do they say shit like this?
Krebsy says the budget for Borderlands 4 is supposedly like 280 million. Yeah, they need to sell like 7 million copies.
Oh, at least.
7 million copies, which they will, but not at full price.
Not at full price.
Yeah, not at full price. So without full price, they would probably need to sell like 15.
Yeah.
Right?
Which isn't going to happen.
So they're delaying this one because the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Borderlands 4 has been delayed before October 3rd release, according to Gearbox. I love how they like wait till like the last second. They're like, guys, do you think Randy Pitchford's in the office? Here he is. He's like, what's the guy from Office Space? Lumberg, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, so you guys think you could get this done for the Nintendo Switch in time?
No.
I can go tweet something real fast and let people know that we're going to put Field of View sliders in the thing.
It's saying two different things, right? If the game was going to release on Switch, that means they already have a version of it on Switch.
Of course.
But they can't get it to work properly.
Correct.
So you say it's delayed. You don't say it's delayed indefinitely. The words matter, man. When you speak words, they have meaning. I don't understand why do people talk this way?
I think a lot of problem here is
telling us they spent time on a version of the game for a platform that they're never going to release now. If they're never going to release it, then what the fuck did they do for the last 4 years?
Well, what I find funny is because they're using the thing, and I go back to that Tim Sweeney article from like a month ago where he said that it's not Unreal Engine's problem that it comes out performance issues. It's because the developers are not optimizing early on in the stage, right? So here we are. They knew they were coming out with a version on the Switch. They knew they were coming out for the console and PC and Switch. They knew this way before the Switch 2 was even announced. Yeah,
before see if it worked.
You know, I understand that, but they knew Switch 2 before they even announced Switch 2 was coming. They knew they were working on a version for the Switch 2, and yet a week before it's supposed to launch, they're like, it's just not going to work.
We can't duct tape it and throw it at you.
Yeah,
it's not going to work. Well, what that really means is it's not going to work at the most minimum way possible for us to be able to sell it to you. That's basically what they're saying.
Here's my question is
consumer fucking protection, bro.
If my question is if there wasn't such a pushback,
I'm gonna call a congressman. I swear to God, bro.
If there
I'm
wasn't
call a lawyer, a copyright lawyer, and I'm gonna call a congressman. I swear to God, I'm gonna get this shit started. I can't.
If there wasn't such a pushback, because of the performance issue on PC, do you think this would come out on October 3rd, just normal?
If they were able to get this out in any shape at all, they would have.
It's got to be pretty bad if they're holding it out. Right?
That's correct.
They're like, we can't squeeze this by after Randy opened his mouth for everything else.
We can't pinch this turd out. It's not going to work.
Yeah, even Randy's probably going, yeah, I can't fix this, guys. We gotta delay it. My point is, they knew they were working on this, but a week before they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to stop. And that's mind-boggling to me. Look, I get it. Hogwarts Legacy did the same thing. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy at least announced months before and said, hey, Nintendo's going to be delayed. And then they delayed it like 9 months, right? Can you imagine that you're a Switch 2 owner and you bought the Switch 2 because you thought you were going to be playing Borderlands 4 on October 3rd? You're like, yeah, man, I just spent $500 to get the Nintendo Switch 2. I can't wait to play third-party games. Yeah, we're playing Borderlands. And they're like, oh, it's delayed? You guys give my money back?
Yeah, delayed is the proper term. Delayed would be the proper term. Delayed indefinitely is telling people that don't even think about it. It's not coming out for Switch.
9 months.
So how do you have a
summertime next year?
But this is why
that's my guess.
Off at the verbiage, bro. How can you say that the game's coming out next week and then a week before it comes out, you say the game's not coming out indefinitely? Indefinitely?
No, they didn't give a time frame, Dolphin. I'm saying at least 9 months. At least 9 months.
When do the people who write articles fail English? Why is everyone allowed to write? Right? There was some sort of standard on how to write, and if you didn't make it, they didn't even hire you. Now it's just like spell check for everybody, and it doesn't matter what the words mean. It just doesn't matter. Like the game was out in a week. Cool. Now it's not. That would have been cool too. You say, well, we're delayed. No. Delayed indefinitely.
Yeah.
So you worked on the game for Switch 2, but it's just so horrible.
We just don't know.
You can't release it ever?
It's hard for us to say, Sarge. It's
Ever.
hard for us to say. As they'll be like, yeah, it's all right. Moving on, right? Moving on. This next story is pretty funny. Okay, at least for me, because if you guys want to know, Sarge, I took all his things that he said and made a song about it. Know your industry, right? And it's about Destiny. And in this, he says, I hate Bungie. Well, here you go. Here's another reason, Sarge, to hate Bungie. Are you ready for this? This just popped up, right? Krebsy posted this right before the show went live. Okay. Destiny 2 access blocked in multiple countries. Bungie says it's restricted by law, as players claim that they can't play the content they paid for after a week of Tapier errors.
I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait to hear this. I'm on bated breath.
So they had the update, Ashes and Iron. Okay. Later in the week, an epic version of the Desert Raid comes out, kicks off with the world's first raid on September 27th, so Saturday. Okay.
Can't wait.
So it says Destiny 2 blocked in CIS countries. Okay, but Bungie responds.
The Confederation of
Star Wars.
Star Wars robots have blocked out Bungie?
CIS. Yeah, CIS is blockading them. Okay. It says reports of issues started surfacing around September 15th when Destiny 2 players from countries like Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan began posting about being unable to log in. The game would also fail to connect to Destiny's servers and show a Tapier error code. And Bungie has historically used this to indicate server interruptions, usually during maintenance. But this time, there was no scheduled maintenance and the errors didn't go away. Over the next few days, dozens of threads flooded Bungie's official forums and all reporting the same problem. Destiny 2 was simply not letting them connect. The issue wasn't tied to one platform. Players on PC, PlayStation, Xbox were all affected. And while some of the players said that they found limited workarounds using VPNs and changing DNS settings, others reported that even with those methods failed, especially in Russia and PlayStation accounts. Okay. It says early on, moderators told players in the team investigating the surge. And yesterday on September 24th, Bungie finally began replying to the forums and threads with a short message. Destiny servers are not available where access is restricted by law. Okay.
What law? What law passed all of a sudden that one day your game works and then it doesn't? What law passed in multiple countries that exists throughout multiple countries? How does that work?
I have to read on because I don't know anything about this. That's why we're reading it. The single sentence has only fueled more frustration. Many players are now asking Bungie to name a specific law they're referring to, one that supposedly prohibits access to Destiny 2 in multiple countries. But as of writing this, Bungie has not published a clear statement and full list of affected countries by the geo block. Okay, it's important to note that back in 2022, Bungie announced suspending all Destiny 2 sales in Russia and Belarus. Starting today, we will be working with our partners to suspend all Destiny 2 sales and commerce in Russia. Okay, the dev said players in this region will still be able to play Destiny 2 content they have already purchased and download the free game, but will no longer be able to purchase new content or silver. Okay, so the backlash in forums hasn't slowed down. While some players are trying to troubleshoot the networking logs and VPN settings, others voice their disappointment in the emotional posts, sharing that they've also invested years and hundreds of dollars into the game and only to be shut down without warning. So there you go.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you exactly what this is. They're not making enough money, and they had to shut some servers down, and they picked the servers in the countries that had the lowest populations.
This is your speculation.
And you can just write them off. Yeah.
This is your speculation.
Of course, it's my speculation.
I just want to make that clear. No, I'm just putting it out there. It's your speculation. Yeah.
Well, apparently, anytime I say anything, I have to have a fucking disclaimer now, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I'm not Channel 7 News. I'm just some guy on the internet. Yeah, that's how it works. I'm not a fucking news station, so I can just talk, right? So if you can't get online and they don't give you a reason, right, rest assured, they can't afford to keep you on there anymore, right?
Right.
Servers had to be shut down. So they picked countries where
that have the least amount of people. Yeah.
Right. So at least amount of blowback. And then we just pretend the game. Oh, we don't know. Oh, we don't know. I don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. Like, what makes me laugh is the entire. I know what it is, bro. I know what it is. They sunsetted the game. Because, right? Wait.
It's getting too big. It's getting too big for those people.
The countries that they named were all the countries that Destiny 1 was originally based in. We were based in Russia somewhere. And so because that was Destiny 1, we had to get rid of all the Russian stuff too.
Maybe
like we had to get rid of everything in Russian.
Well,
Russian
here,
Belarus.
I'm
You know where Kazakhstan is? I know where Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is like southern Russia before the Afghan border, like that little region right there. There's like what 27 guys who run poppy
I'm
fields
gonna take
who can buy Destiny who are complaining now.
I'm gonna take a different stand on here, right? I don't know why it just comes to my head, right? I don't know. Did you? And I don't want to bring up politics, but I'm going to bring up politics because did you watch the Trump speech when he talked to the NATO?
I did.
Okay. So he said some things about Russia, and now there's a bunch of people talking about Russia. Okay. And Russia is doing some things. Okay. So I think that Russia was like, hey, we're cutting this. Okay. You can't do this.
That's also a thing.
Right. So I think on the back end, Bungie right now doesn't know. They don't know the reason. Okay. So I think there's something going on with Russia's side, and they just cut stuff. Now, maybe in the couple of days following here, we'll find out other things that are happening with other services going down in that area. Awesome. If that's the case, then I would link it more to that. I think you have something with the servers and stuff like that, but I think it has something more politics-wise for Russia to cut these off. Now, Bungie doesn't know, and this is why they're not saying anything, unless it's another fuck-up for Bungie, right? And either way, they can't say anything because either they don't know or they do know and they don't want to admit what it is.
But you said it's because of a law. What law?
Right.
Tell us the law.
That's what I'm saying. So
what law?
They just say, oh, it's because of the law. Well,
what law? The law that wasn't there
state
before?
The law, right? Just tell us what the law.
Yeah, politics moves quick in Russia. They go, we're about to change the law. They go, when? Now. We're just changing the law. Like nobody votes. Yeah. We just changed the law. Like
I just picture there's a big lever on the wall. It says law, and they just pull the thing down.
That's it.
Yeah, it's made of an axe, and they just pull it down.
No Reddit things, no nothing, no sign of what's going on. Just it's off.
Yeah, I think it's more than 27 people. I do. I think it's. I think there's a large population.
I'm sure it's a couple thousand.
I would say tens of thousands of people.
Maybe.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe. You think Destiny's not popular everywhere? Remember,
that's what I'm saying.
We used to have the map that showed you people who played Destiny and where in the world they played. It's everywhere.
Last week we read an article and Bungie was like, man, we just can't get a break. We just can't catch a break. We're doing this. Here it is. Another week coming in. And they're like, why is it down? I don't know. Say something. It's the law. Like it's Sylvester Stallone from Judge Dredd. It's the law, right? Like, what are we talking about? What law is restricted by law? It's the law.
What law?
Yeah. What the law 1?
You're gonna start
6.5. What is it?
If you're gonna start spouting from the mouth and you're gonna say shit like that, like it's the law. What law? You can't just say shit.
They can't.
Again, words matter.
They can just say whatever they want, Sarge.
And what people think about. You just can't say whatever.
But they can. And they are.
This rant is the exclusive and total idea of the man on the screen and no other affiliates.
Yeah.
Do not hold anyone responsible.
What they should come out and say, because they do know what it is. They can't say what it is, and they're trying to figure it out. They should be like, please bear with us. We're looking into the situation. That's what they should say.
Those people were fired long ago.
Right.
The guys they have now are these guys.
Right.
Program. Day off coming. Like that's
please,
left. That's
please let us know.
There'd be a community service guy. Someone would have said something.
They have to have somebody that'd be like, hey, we're looking into it, and if you want a refund, we'll give you a refund. But they can't give them a refund because they would be out money.
How do you refund 17 months, 18 months worth of stuff?
No. Well,
10 years. The guy's been playing forever.
Well, they can give him a raid jacket, Sarge. That's a $200 raid jacket. $250 raid jacket.
Pay for
yeah.
Don't send him a notice. What's the Destiny mobile game?
They have to pay for shipping though.
You guys have to pay for Destiny mobile. Don't you guys have phones?
Yeah. They could get the raid jacket, but they have to pay for shipping. And the shipping costs $200. So
ship a jacket to Kazakhstan costs just as much as the game costs. So it's fine.
Like, why are we shipping 227 jackets to Russia? Why are we selling? All right, the next story. I want to have good news, chat. I do. I do.
Yeah,
but there's no good news.
The good news is Hades out today.
Woo! Yeah.
And back to the trenches.
Here's the next one, right? Remedy isn't giving up on its failed co-op shooter. Okay. Now we looked at the Steam charts earlier. You know what? Let me take this down for a second. Let me look up the Steam charts again, just in case it's changed from earlier. Okay. Firebreaker.
We're still playing it.
Right. So let's look at this. Here's the Steam charts. Like, I don't want to be mean, but I gotta do the work. You gotta show what we're talking about. It's lower. It's 12. It was 15 earlier. It's 12. 12 people are playing on Steam right now for this game. I just want you to know they're still supporting this game. Remind you, this is better than Concord. Okay, I just wanted you to remember that. Concord was absolute garbage. This is better than Concord. It's still up there, still supporting it. It's only been 3 months, but that's 3 months longer than Concord. Okay, so Firebreaker, Remedy isn't giving up on it, right? It's failed, but they're coming back. With Remedy is trying to gain the relaunch, its failed co-op shooter. So they're doing a relaunch, sort of like Splitgate 2. Okay. Now imagine our first free major update, which means was stuff in the game that they didn't have finished and it couldn't come out 3 months ago. So they're now putting it in the game afterwards to make the game better, because the game was bad when it launched because of a bunch of different issues, lack of content, a bunch of stuff. But now their first free update, which is basically finishing what the game should have been on day one, okay, is coming out, which they're giving a new crisis, new gun skins, new armor sets and helmets, new ways to play. Looks like I can't read that. It says crisis board. You got 6 new enemies and new tutorial. Okay, so 3 months, and they're coming out with new stuff, Sarge. Okay, there you go. There's the player base on Steam. I'm sure it's 3 times that on console. 3 times that on console.
What I don't understand is the inability for medium level studios to realize that if your game doesn't come out done, right? Done. I don't know, it has to be perfect, but done, and get the sales right away, like the first month, first couple months, and you're trying to fit into the same box as all these other games that are doing the same thing, you are not going to succeed. It's make a game, sell a game. You are trying to put yourself into a triple A market where you want people to reoccurrently come into your game and spend money. I would be at this point, I would be like, I want to make as much money as I can, as fast as I can, and get the fuck out of Dodge. That's what they should be thinking about. This constant chasing of trends, trying to get everyone to buy into these games that are service games, and you want them in there forever. And whatever your bait is going to be, a DLC or whatever, it doesn't work. Stop wasting resources. Stop wasting devs. Stop wasting time. Lower your scope. Make the game and sell it. When you get lucky and you make the one big time one, put that money away. And if you want to go disappear for a while and think of a bigger, badder game to make, then do it then. Stop trying to be into the market with everybody else. It doesn't work. We're watching studios collapse around us. They're all trying to do the same shit. Everyone can't win. There's not 14 first places. I don't get it, man.
So I want a prediction right now. September 29th at 1 p.m. is when this update comes out. What do we think, chat? What do we think? The last 24 hours has been 17 people. 3 months ago, 1,900 people. Okay, let's look at a month ago, 37 people. 37 people was the peak, was the max. What do we think this number gets to when the new update comes out? 30?
They're going to do a re-release.
40?
To who? Who is the re-release for? When's the re-release coming out? In a month?
No, the re-release is with this update. This update's like the launch of the game again because it's got more content.
So when?
The 29th, which is just 2 days from now.
Right? A couple of days from now?
Yeah.
You might get the resurgence of 100 people. We got games.
Well, 4 days from now. 4 days from now.
Here's the corner. All around the corner. There's games coming, bro. It doesn't matter if you're going to relaunch. Your game did not succeed. Collect your money, take your card, put your little gift in the bag, and go. It's done. You're done.
Yeah.
There's
That's a
no
shame.
room in this market for people to rehash shit, right? The only people that got away with it, Sean Murray was like the king of the comeback because he knew corpos got into his company and he had to apologize. Nobody did what he did. Nobody. Right? The only reason why they were able to do that, small studio, big number in the beginning.
Yeah, very small studio.
And they were able to sit back and do whatever they needed for the apology because they didn't have to spend money on 4,700 people. That's the only reason. Everybody else doesn't have that luxury.
Right. Yeah. Let's see what the
We're gonna re-release. Everyone's gonna forgive us.
Yeah, I don't.
Forgive you? I don't even know who you are. I got another game to play. What do you? It's like someone pulling on your. Hey, what about us? What about you? What about you? What do you want?
I'm over here. Yeah, it's like.
What do you want?
Yeah, they're.
I don't understand. What is the relaunch going to do for you? Make you feel better? Like, you only get one launch. You don't get to relaunch because you
First impressions, man. Say it all the time.
Relaunch and apologize. That's not how this fucking works.
Make a game, sell a game. You get one shot.
It's
First impressions
like
are everything.
These people grew up in houses where they were told no rules about society. You think you can walk into somebody's house, shit on the rug, and then say, "How come there's no beer here?" Like, what do you get the fuck out of my house?
Yeah.
I don't understand. How do you think this way? How do you think that you spend 8 years making a game, you come out, you fuck up, nobody cares about it, you're in the middle of a typhoon of games, there's games everywhere, and you think your pile of shit's worth talking about, and then have the nerve to say, don't worry, we're going to fix it, come on back. We're done. We're already a quarter mile down the road, right? It's like driving. It's like driving down the highway and you're looking at all the fast food places. Where do I want to eat? Oh, there's McDonald's. Like, if your sign's not there and it's not prominent, I'm going to the next thing, man. I'm passing. That's it. We're moving on. I don't get it.
Well, it's a good segue.
It's Will Ferrell's fucking line from what the fuck was it? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
You talking about Talladega Nights?
No,
Anchorman.
The fashion one.
Oh, the fashion one.
Mm-hmm.
Will Ferrell
with Ben Stiller. Yeah.
You talking about Zoolander?
Zoolander. Yeah, that's it. Zoolander. Right. I feel like I take them crazy pills. Makes no sense. You have one shot. That's it.
Well, speaking of moving on, right? Doug Bowser. Okay, Doug Bowser, who was stepping down as Nintendo of America president, COO. He came out on Twitter with a post, and he says, "Today I announced my plan to retire from Nintendo effective December 31st, 2025. Nintendo has been an integral part of my life for 44 years, starting with Donkey Kong Arcade as a kid in college. It has also been an honor to contribute to the incredible company and bring our beloved characters in the worlds of fans through the video games, theme parks, and movie experiences. I extend my best wishes to Devin Pitchford as she leads the Nintendo for America's forward, and also thank you for all of your passion and support Nintendo. And you can also count on me to remain a Nintendo fan." Do you think he's getting pushed out?
Pushed out? No, he doesn't want to be part of it anymore. He's done.
You think he's stepping down himself?
He sees all the nonsense that's about to happen. They're gonna get called into court. All kinds of stuff's about to happen, bro. He's done. He's got plenty of money. I'm sure he's got hundreds of thousands of stocks to trade in. He's good, bro.
No, I get that, but I think, first of all, I didn't think there was any problems with Doug Bowser there, right? No one really talks about Doug Bowser. All of a sudden, though, here I think a couple things happened. I think the Switch came out and it's too expensive, right? He has everything to do with this type of stuff, right? So that came out too expensive. The rise of the price of cost of all the Joy-Cons and stuff. Now the lawsuits that are happening. I think the board was like, all right, we're good with you. And they let him go. They let him go, but they let him out honorably, right? Honorably. So he makes the announcement, right?
Of course.
And he says, like there's nothing wrong. I'm leaving. It's my choice. I'm gone, right? I'm still going to be a Nintendo fan, even though he could be cursing them out the door. You know what I mean?
This is textbook corpo talk right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I'm speculating. I don't think he's like, you know what? I think after I launched the new Switch 2 and opened up the brand new park in Tokyo, and then also in Universal Studios or Universal Epic Universe,
gonna step down.
I'm going to step down, right? With the almost the number one movie of Mario coming out, Zelda's coming out, right? Like, he's been a part of all of this stuff.
I don't want any of that money.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you know what?
I don't want any of that money. That makes no sense.
Time for me to go. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. He became the president of America in April 2019. Yeah, I know. And he's done a lot of stuff for this company. I guess go out on a high, I guess.
Yeah.
I think Sarge is right, though. I think he sees what's happening. It's like, I don't want to be a part of this.
I don't need the drama.
Right. I don't need to be a part of this. I don't know. I feel like I like your vision. He's like, you know what? I'm out. But I feel like they on the back end, the board was like, you need to step down. We need to put in someone else.
But is he like the token American in the Nintendo company? I don't understand.
He's the head, just like what's his name was.
But Nintendo's a Japanese company.
Yeah, but he's in Nintendo America.
So why is for Nintendo America? I get it, but still, he's still connected to the.
Yeah. It's the bigger picture. Yeah, there's a huge market here. This is one of the biggest markets they have.
100%. So at this point, he doesn't.
Reggie, thank you, Krebsy. Reggie.
He doesn't want any of the drama. He's old now. He don't need any more of this drama. He's good, bro. You made Donkey Kong, okay? We know who you were around since Donkey Kong.
He played Donkey Kong when on the arcade. Yeah, that's what he said.
Like, he's been around forever. He's made plenty of money.
I want to see. Let's see.
When did he start?
He came in 2019. It says Bowser became Nintendo America president of April 2019 after Reggie stepped down from the role, and the company has joked numerous times about him having the same name as Mario's arch nemesis. One of the earliest video game experiences. He talks about that. Now it's our time, next time for the next generation of leadership. The track record speaks for itself. She's an exceptional leader in her promotion, of testament of her strong performance of strategic contribution to the company's growth. I have full confidence. So he's passing the torch. With characters in the world and also offer something for everyone. My focus will be continuing to build Nintendo's legacy of surprising, delighting longtime fans. So interviewed, paying tribute to Bowser time, the company.
There's something about becoming a CEO of any company. Like, you could do no wrong. It doesn't matter what you do. Nobody can badmouth you. You just move from one company to the next. Doesn't matter if you set the company on fire or not. You just get to move around. As a CEO, doesn't matter what happens. You just float around to the next company. Nobody badmouths you at all. There's no blackballing a CEO. Like, you're not allowed to speak ill of them. I just find
it very strange. Weird. 19 years with Nintendo. And all of a sudden he will be replaced by a 19-year-old Nintendo veteran. So he's been there, Krebsy's saying, since 2015. So he was there 10 years. She's been with the company for 19 years, and now she's coming in to become the president. I don't know. It just seems like a weird transition, especially when Nintendo, on all accounts, number one selling console of all time when it launches, ever. It's the most fastest selling console of all time right now, Switch 2. Okay. Number one almost movie in the box office. Only got beat out by Barbie. Okay. When it came out. Now you have Zelda coming out. You just announced Mario, the sequel to Mario next year. It comes out in May or whatever it is. So I don't know, man. It just seems very strange that he would step down at this moment in time. But
sometimes it's just time. You milk the cow for all you can make it for. Bro, these people disappear anytime. That doesn't matter, right? You think about the CEO, like you think about the CEO makes like the decisions for everything, but really it's the board that decides what direction you want to go to, and then he okays it, right? Yeah. He's not over there building shit.
The next thing I want to talk about, continue with Nintendo a little bit, but it's Pocket Pair. Okay, Pocket Pair's in a lawsuit with Nintendo, as we know.
Forever. There'll be a war forever.
This new game that they're coming out with is a straight up copycat of Animal Crossing. Okay, they're taking the pals that they have in Pal World, and they're making Pal Farmer. Okay, which is like Animal Crossing.
Is this like the glove smack in the face? Are they challenging them?
Yeah, I'm telling you, right? So Pal World Pal Farm, okay, they're coming out with this that's like Animal Crossing. And the best part about this, I saw this at the end of the trailer. And I don't know if a lot of people watched the very end of this trailer. Okay, we'll let it play just so you can see what it is. Right? Remember, these guys are in a lawsuit with Nintendo, and they're like, you know what? Let's take one of their other games that are very popular on Nintendo, and let's make our own copy, a rendition of it. Okay, so you can, have the pals help you farm, and they're in the world with you, and you visit them and have, relationships with them and whatever else, right? There's like a whole bunch of stuff that you can do.
Oh, bunny with a chainsaw. I like that.
Okay. So you have a chainsaw bunny, right? She just smushed the bird. That's funny. Okay. So as you fast forward.
Oh, that's dark. What are you talking
right?
about? Dark.
As you fast forward, we get to this part right here. Okay. Now remember, one of the reasons they're being sued is because they threw a ball at a pal to capture them. Okay, because that's a Pokemon thing, Sarge. You can't throw balls at people. Okay, so at the very end of this, it says, "Wow, newbie has moved in. You seem pretty cool. I'm confident in my ability to read people. Hey, be my friend." She pulls the ball out. Okay, and then she throws it and captures
the
neighbor.
These guys don't give a shit. What the fuck is that? Did they get a new lawyer?
I don't know.
Did Pocket Pair get a new lawyer?
But I have to say, this is awesome, right? These guys are like, yeah, Nintendo, what are you going to do? Go ahead and sue us for this because we're going to make another game and we're going to do the exact same thing.
Did they get a new lawyer? Did Pocket Pair? They had to get a new lawyer. Something happened.
I don't know. I just think
balls, bro. That's like walking up to someone just slapping him in the face.
Yeah. It's like punching someone in the dick and then running. They're like, they run out the door. They're like, yeah, you go ahead and sue us for the ball thing. That's fine. We're gonna make another game, but we're gonna use the ball again, right?
So they're gonna have the Nintendo trying to prove that they came up with shit that they didn't come up with, and it was already out before they did the patent. Eventually, the appeal is gonna get to a judge who goes like this. Wait, let me understand this. So they made the game, but you didn't like it. So then you made a patent about the stuff that they made in the game, and you want me to look at your patent because it came out after the game came out, and you want me to hold that up to law? Like, I'm waiting for that judge. That's what I'm waiting for.
This is what I'm thinking, right? Because they've continued developing this game knowing that they have that mechanic in that game, so much so they didn't have to show it. They didn't have to show it in the trailer. They could have just said, yeah, we're making an Animal Crossing type of game. Voila. No, but at the very end, they're like, yeah, and we're throwing balls. We're throwing balls. Come at us. What are you going to do, Nintendo? Because I think they don't have a case because of what's happening. They're like, yeah, put the ball in. We'll even show it off, right? I don't know, man. It's pretty base. And I want them to win this case. Like, I want them to beat Nintendo because no one beats Nintendo.
Yeah, but Nintendo's got a problem because they know that they have a limited sphere of their games. That's why they're thinking now that they have to put third party in there because they know that in order to capture more of the market, they have to reach out, right? Even though the system sells well, they're a little neighborhood of games. It's the same thing over and over again. The Marios, the Zeldas, you know what I mean? That's like they don't have a deep well, right? They have a nice pond, but it's not deep, right? You know what I mean? Like they don't have a lot of games. It's all the same.
I think Pocket Pair,
so they got to sue everybody.
Has seen the light. They're like, look, Nintendo's making all these games, but they're keeping them all on Nintendo. So why don't we just take their concept of the games and make them for all the other platforms?
That's correct.
Right? And Nintendo's like, oh shit, we can't stop them because they're not putting them on our console, so we're putting them on other ones, and they don't want to take their Nintendo games and put them over on the other people, even though there's Pokemon games coming to other platforms.
Because they want control.
But you know what I'm saying, right?
Control.
Animal Crossing is only on Nintendo, right? And mobile. But you can't get it on the console. You can't get it on PC or PlayStation. You can't get it on Xbox, right?
Right.
So Pocket Pair's like, here's a gap in the market. Let's just fill that gap. People like Nintendo, but they don't want to support Nintendo. So why don't we make a game that's like those games, but over on the other platforms?
I can't wait. I want to see this unfold. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
I just think it's fucking hilarious at the very end of the trailer. Like, that's definitely a slap across the face, right? Like,
yeah, of course it is. You're in the middle of a lawsuit.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about. I want to show this. Right, I'm not going to play the sound, but I want to show this. Did you watch the? I didn't watch the state of play. I watched the trailer for Wolverine this morning. We'll put this on loop. Okay. This is Wolverine. It's real, Sarge. They actually have it.
I watched.
They showed footage of it. It looks good. It looks great. I'll be honest with you, because I was worried that they were going to make it kindergarten. Okay, kindergarten Wolverine, right? Where he's just going to go up against bots or whatever. He's literally ripping apart people, and you see like the organs on the inside.
Like we always knew he would.
Right. My biggest statement, and I saw Paul Tassi say something about this, is that I think they made him too tall, because from the comic book, Wolverine's just a little short. I'm not talking about like a midget.
I haven't really seen the scale though.
He's as tall as just everybody else, right? And again, it's not a big deal to me, but I thought they were going to go a little bit more comic book size of him, where he's shorter than everybody else. He's like 5. I think he's 5'6", 5'8", if I'm not mistaken.
He looks more like a normal guy than somebody who's been weightlifting.
He looks like Hugh Jackman. I mean, he's Hugh Jackman, which is fine. Hugh Jackman's been around for 20 years playing Wolverine, right? So I'm okay with it. I'm just saying if they're going comic book style, he would be shorter, but not a big deal. All right. This looks phenomenal, right? Obviously,
this has a chance.
The gruesomeness of it, the blood, the just look how he just slices people's arms off, stabbing them in the head, splitting them in half, like stubbing them in the like. It just looks good. You were talking about like how to get around the board. I think it's more linear. I don't know if it's going to be an open world. Like there's like 3 or 4 different continents that he's going to go through, or major areas that he's going to go through. So it looks good. I like what they've done. I think Insomniac visually has done a really good job with bringing Wolverine. Look at him. He's one of my favorite characters, so of course with everybody else's, like they like Spider-Man, they like Hulk, they like Wolverine, like these are 3 big characters, but I loved Wolverine since
the issue's going to be this is the same issue that we talked about before with Superman. Wolverine power level as far as comic book hero goes is pretty fucking high. So my problem with this, and I'm not trying to be negative, but I like all the gory combat because he is who he is.
Yeah.
But how do you make a boss battle where it's difficult for you, knowing full well that I can basically lop off limbs at will? You know what I mean?
Right. And then also, how do you kill a guy that's unkillable? Right.
Right. You can't tell me that I'm lopping off arms.
I mean, obviously,
but then the boss battle I'm going to have, where if the guy's not in a suit of armor, that I'm not going to just lop off his arms when he tries to attack me. Like, I understand it's a comic book, but I'm just saying when you show this and this kind of combat, like, what kind of boss battle are you going to get?
Right. Like, how does he slice this guy in the head, but then when he goes up against the boss, his claws don't go through the boss?
What's the plot armor going to be?
Yeah.
Right. Now, I don't think, I'll be honest with you, I don't think there needs to be plot armor. I think there might be a thing where the mechanics of the boss is so overwhelming that you only have a certain amount of time to make a move, or you have to keep dodging or something.
Right.
But at the same time, but the way they're portraying him is a very action oriented. I'm going to dismember people, but then what's the boss battle? Like, that's the
I also see a lot of quick time events just in the gameplay you see here. Lots of little press X, hit Y, hit triangle, whatever.
I love the whole battle versus X-Men versus the Sentinels. I always
that's one of the greatest
from back in the 80s and the 90s cartoon. Like, that was always the best.
I think so here's my next question. This is coming out fall of 2026, right? Now, a lot of people are saying that from last week we talked about Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 might be getting delayed again and pushed back, so it might come out fall of 2026 as well. Obviously, I don't think this is a one-to-one comparison. Is it going to harm? My question for you is Wolverine. Obviously, do we see it? Because at that time, 1 year from now, maybe they have 80, 85 million PlayStations out in the. Obviously, the PlayStation is more expensive. Okay.
Is it for the lower systems or not?
No, it's just for PlayStation 5.
It's just for 5.
I believe so. I think it's just for PlayStation 5, right? So PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro. Do we think, that's my question, do we think it comes out day and date on PC as well?
I mean, in order for you to make your number, the answer is going to have to be yes.
Yeah.
Right? In order to make your number, right? So what are you saying? You think that you look at this and you think it's going to come out on console first and then go to PC as opposed to the other way around?
Well, that's what they would do normally, right? They would take it like a God of War, like a Horizon. They would put it on PlayStation only, and then 12 to 14 months. Well, actually, it's like 15 months, 14 months to 2 years, then that's when they
Well,
put it on PC.
So let's just go by basic stuff. Like, what was the number of Spider-Man 2 games sold? I'm sorry,
The first one?
well, let's do the first one.
The first one was huge. It was like I want to say it was like 11 million copies or something like that.
So that's roughly a third of all PlayStations.
But that also that there was more PlayStations out at the time. Is 2018 PlayStation 4 had like 120 million units or something like that.
The first Spider-Man was also on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it came out. Yeah. Well, it was only on PlayStation 4 when it came out.
All right, then that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find the line.
That's what I'm saying. There was 80 to 110 million units.
That's different.
That's consoles out when PlayStation came or when Spider-Man came out.
So Spider-Man 2, how many did that sell?
Spider-Man 2, I'm not sure. It sold less than Spider-Man 1. Miles Morales sold less than Spider-Man 1 as well.
But was it still double digits?
Total, I think they're at like 30 or 40 million total with the 3 games: Spider-Man 1, Miles Morales, and Spider-Man 2.
The only concern I would see is because there's less.
I'll look it up real fast.
There's less PlayStation 5s out currently.
Correct. There's less.
So
yes.
If it's only coming out for PlayStation, you need a decent number of people to be buying it. So if there's like, what would you say, 50 million, 40 million PlayStations out, 5s, right? So you need at least a third of them.
Okay. So it says Marvel Spider-Man. This is as of 2024. Marvel Spider-Man video game series has sold over 50 million copies as of February 2024. The figure includes sales from the original Marvel Spider-Man. It's a PlayStation 5 remaster and the follow-up title for Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. The series also been major success for Sony, and the games have also been released on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC platforms. Okay. I don't think Spider-Man 2... Yeah, Spider-Man 2 was only on PlayStation 5. It wasn't on the other one.
So what was the number there?
I don't think they give that number alone.
Because that'll give you the ballpark.
It says Spider-Man 2 has sold over 11 million copies as of April 20th of 2024, making it one of the best-selling PlayStation 5 exclusives. The action-adventure game was also launched on October 20th, 2023, and 11 million units sales were reached approximately 6 months after release. So, 11 million copies. 11 million copies.
I hope it does well, because I like to see the Marvel name get better than what it's been. But at the same time, I don't think you have the population numbers to do the numbers you want. So...
Again, more PlayStations were out then.
The first question is going to be, when's it supposed to come out, you think?
It just says fall 2026. So I would say October.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to go against Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto is coming out in May, as we know right now. There hasn't been a delay.
All right, so let's play the game.
Okay.
Right? If Grand Theft Auto comes out in May, no delay. This comes out in October. I'd probably say 8 million copies for the first couple weeks. Good number. Because it looks like it's going to be a good game. Because you have the Marvel fans, they bought Spider-Man, they're going to buy Wolverine. If Grand Theft Auto gets pushed and it goes to October, I guarantee this game gets pushed to spring the following year, spring of 27. Because I think they don't want. I think
they'll push this up. If they come out at the same time, they'll push this game up.
You think
so this game will come out in August, September instead of October, November.
Okay.
100%. If Grand Theft Auto pushes back to October, November.
Clippy.
Yeah. So, I think it'll sell well.
Yeah.
But I don't think Wolverine sells more than Spider-Man 1. Because of the mature rating.
Well, it's not because of the mature rating. It's because of the number of units.
The number of units and also the mature rating. Spider-Man's much more clean cut, not super violent.
This is mature rating all the way.
Yeah. I think it'll sell less. I want to say this. I think it'll sell 5 to 7 million in the same time frame as the other ones. But that's also this is people that already have a PlayStation. I don't see someone buying a PlayStation for $800 to play Wolverine.
Not by the way the prices are going now.
Right. I don't see people buying that system, and this is why I think it comes day and date. By the time it comes out next year, Sony will do day and date on PC and console to make up for it, because I think majority of the people that are adults would rather play on PCs, and instead of waiting 6 to 8 months or 14 months to then, 2027 we're talking about, almost 2028, they want to put it on PC. No way. I think they put this thing day and date on PC and also console.
I mean, it would make sense to get the biggest bang immediately.
Yeah.
Day and date. Now,
This will be the first game to go day and date for Sony.
You think so?
Yeah, I've said this.
Would it
I
be-
said this about 9 months ago, 10 months ago. I
Clip,
believe
clip.
it more now.
Clip.
Yeah, I believe it more now. All right, so go from that to. I think it looks good though. I think I'm really excited about that.
It looks good.
But I don't own a PlayStation 5, so I can't play it. So
we didn't see a lot of let's be honest, we didn't see like a lot of gameplay though. You saw what you thought was gameplay, right? Maybe it's
right.
that looked like interludes in between levels or something.
All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is Battlefield. Okay, I talked about this earlier this week, Sarge. So they showed the Portal trailer. We're gonna watch that video of that in a second. Okay. Battlefield 6 is also featuring could end conquest games early, even if you're still fighting. So they're doing a mercy rule in this. Okay. So what's happening is if everyone takes over, if the group of people take all the flags over, Sarge, okay, it does a mercy rule. Now, we don't know the timer on how fast that happens, but basically there would be no comeback anymore where you're down by 200 tickets, everyone's got 5 flags, they ping you in the thing. It's just a mercy.
You know what's going to happen because you put that in the game? I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. If they don't like the map, they just let you take it over and we move on to the next map.
Oh, you're saying that the players themselves are just like
The players themselves,
move
I don't
on.
like the fucking map. Everyone will just sit, wait to be taken over so they can move on to the next map.
I think it's one. I talked about this earlier. I think it's stupid to have a mercy rule in a game like this because how many times have we played and we're down 200 tickets, we don't have a flag captured, and all of a sudden we start capturing flags because you get people that are like, I'm out, and they leave, right? So then all of a sudden it's uneven teams, you're getting your ass kicked for a little bit, then all of a sudden people start filling in that can actually play.
There's a
Yeah,
comeback.
and then we have a comeback, right? That's happened.
So you're going to take away
With this method, I don't think you can have that method, right?
You can't have comeback.
I think it's stupid for that.
Well, it's a solution to a problem that doesn't need to be solved. If you get pinned, it's bad map design, not because it was the player's fault. There should always be a way to get out of your zone.
Which is poor map design, basically, right?
Not get pummeled. There should be some kind of like last ditch effort. Like you get a bunch of mortars, you get a bunch of things, napalm, something, and everything just launches out of the base, so they know that they're gonna push forward. You know, you get to like the last ditch effort thing, and then if you still can't get it, then you're done. But you can't put a mercy rule in there. People will just let the map be taken over on purpose. You know how gamers are.
Yeah, no, they'll figure it out. Yeah, I just think it's dumb that they're thinking about this or doing it. Another thing I want to do is that I'm going to bring up the video here. This is Jack Frags. We're going to watch a 1.25 speed. Let me add this so you guys can actually hear the. Sorry. So you guys can actually hear the audio on this. Share screen. Okay. So it's going to be 1.25 speed. This is Jack Frags. He's talking about the Portal. Okay. Now, before I show this, I want to let you guys know I like the concept of Portal from 2042 where they said, oh, you could make the old Battlefield maps and make the things. And I liked because it was grounded in more Battlefield within the Battlefield series, right? I said they could keep supporting the game going on where they keep adding maybe other maps that you can customize and whatnot. What I don't like about Portal, which is why most of you probably will love this, right? Because it's Forge mode, it's whatever, Fortnite build maps. I despise everything that I'm seeing in this thing. I despise it because every little bit that they talk about in this video, right? I don't hate Jack Frags about this. He's just talking about it. Every bit about this video is exactly why Battlefield is no longer Battlefield. They've completely and utterly it's just by name. So here we go.
They made Dust 2 in Battlefield 6. Finally, we've got some real BF6 Portal gameplay to take a look at and begin to understand just how insane the potential of this could be. Battlefield is saying that their new version of Portal features many upgraded toolsets, allowing users to build completely new experiences which were unimaginable in BF 2042. And looking at some of this stuff, I'd agree, they've definitely opened up a huge toy box here with endless possibilities. So let's have a look. They showed us some gameplay of several different game modes created in-house. First up, this bomb defusal mode. This is Dust 2. Like I said,
This is just CS:GO, basically. They made the map of CS:GO and put it inside the game.
They've made Dust 2 from Counter-Strike in Battlefield 6.
Counter-Strike,
As you can see, this is a custom gameplay area and also has some kind of moving geometry at the start, so that's possible. I presume that's a rudimentary way to lock the teams in at the beginning of the round. And this is your classic Counter-Strike style game mode. One team attacks 2 bomb sites and attempts to arm and blow up an MCOM. The other team has to defend those sites or defuse. And of course, it's round-based with 1 life per round. If you've played Counter-Strike, you're going to recognize the layout. We can see long A, CT spawn, mid, short, even B tunnels at one point, and the B.
See, to me, is like, I get it. They're showing examples of why you could, what you could make in this game, right? But if I wanted to play this, why wouldn't I just go play that game? Why would I play that game inside of this?
Because they're trying to capture as many people as possible. So if I put the widest swath of game types into my game, people will try it. They want as many people to try the game as possible. So you give them options.
Sure.
Bomb site. Notice the custom user interface on the top of the screen with points and a timer too. You couldn't have dreamed of anything like this in BF 2042 Portal.
No,
this is more akin to
completely different
something
Portal.
like
Yeah.
Halo Forge or Fortnite Creative. It's a very impressive showing out the gate of how different you can make the game with these tools. And you could think of so many other classic maps and game modes that you could put in BF6 that weren't officially supported. As I said before, Shipment's going to be there day one. And think about this, if you wanted to, you could just create your own conquest map. They told us that you can redraw the out of bounds areas. They said that you can redraw the conquest points and create conquest capture points. You can create and edit spawn points too.
Right. We can do their
Tantalizing
job.
prospect for sure. Next game mode we saw was
Right.
We can
that's
do
another
their
thing.
job.
Yeah.
We're going to
Instead
do
of
their
them
job.
making the maps, you get to make the maps while they get to benefit from the,
Holdout. This is straight up Call of Duty Zombies, and I'm not just
Here's another thing, right? Horde mode, Call of Duty Zombies, inside of Battlefield.
It's everything. I told you everything.
talking about an infected mode with real players. Instead, this is a player versus custom scripted AI who is spawning in waves.
Right, you're just playing against bots now. You're just playing scripted bots that could be zombies, and he starts to talk about how you could skin them and stuff like
attacking you
put
every
skins
single
on them
round.
to make them
Again,
look like zombies.
there's a custom user interface here. If we look, we can see that there's an economy system in terms of dollars and a buy station. So as you complete each round, you accrue more money, and then you can spend that money to buy new guns, gadgets, upgrades, etc. This is pretty cool, and you can imagine combining this with the spatial editing tool, which we just saw, where you can build your own layouts. And players could theoretically make Nacta and Toten from World at War. Yes, you're going to be limited at the moment to in-game assets, so we're not talking like a one-to-one replica, but you could get close, I imagine. No importing of custom assets yet, sadly, but I'm sure it might happen down the line. But also imagine the Battlefield release an official Zombies models pack for Portal. So instead of Pax Armata soldiers running at you in waves, you could make your Portal experience so it's what you're seeing here, but you'll be fighting actual zombies with zombie animations. Up next was the vehicle race game mode. Pretty straightforward this.
That's another thing. Vehicle races, right? Now all of a sudden I'm playing like Forza, where I'm playing all these other like if let's just say you have 1 million people. 1 million people playing the game concurrently on one time. You got 500,000 that are playing Battle Royale. Then you have another 250,000 that are playing inside Portal. And then inside of Portal, you have 1,000 people playing this race mode, 1,000 people playing the other thing, 1,000 people playing, spread across all these other game modes and stuff. Yet nobody is playing the actual game that they've created because they're playing races in Battlefield. They're playing zombies in Battlefield.
You're dividing the player base amongst the other options inside the game rather than just playing the game.
Correct. Right? Which at this point you could have made any franchise into this. Instead, they're using Battlefield for this.
But it revealed some interesting things about the spatial editor. So at its core, this is a race scenario using jets. We can see a custom UI widget on the top left indicating that there are 4 laps. So they've created a unique course by placing assets on what looks like the Liberation Peak map in the out of bounds areas. We've got laps, custom waypoints to fly through, and a load of geometry that's been placed down. And notice how it's been scaled too. The crane, for example, is massive, which means that you can change the size of.
Yeah, because let's say I play this mode, right? I play this for an hour, and then I'm like, that's good. Then I play another game mode that someone else created, and I play that one for like an hour. Okay, great. Right? And you get XP, full XP to all of these things, by the way. You don't have to play the actual game to get XP. You can play anything in the game to get XP. Okay? And I just feel like at this point, you're completely destroying Battlefield. Like this, I see this as I'm watching this, I just see it deteriorating in front of my eyes.
The assets in the game. That then means that you can make some CS Rat style experiences and maps, Toy Soldiers vibes. The jets have got their afterburners disabled here too, and they can shoot their primary cannon. So it's more of a death race, I guess. And you can see how these type of race experiences could become popular, just like they did in GTA Online races. You could do this with quad bikes, helicopters, tanks, whatever. We were also told that Portal...
Yeah, but the difference between Grand Theft Auto Online and this is that making stuff in Grand Theft Auto Online still kept what Grand Theft, you know what I mean? I don't even play that. I don't play where the road goes up into the middle of the sky and stuff like that. I don't play that stuff, right? And I get it. I'm the old fogey here, okay? It just completely detaches it from the entire, I don't want to say reality, right? Because it's not reality. It's a game. I understand it's a game.
But it's not supposed to be that type of game.
Correct.
As custom scoreboard editing. So ideally, for this sort of experience, you could make a proper race scoreboard with best times, position, etc. Moving on, the next mode was parkour extraction.
This is the best. This is the best, right? Because in this video...
Listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Yeah. This is the best part because people were bitching because you could get on the rooftops during the actual game. But now there's a completely mode that you can make in Portal that's just on the rooftops.
Mirror's Edge with more guns. As you can see, this was set on the Cairo map on the rooftops. Now, if you remember, in the Battlefield 6 beta, players actually managed to figure out how to get up on these rooftops. They weren't supposed to be there, but they did it anyway. And it turned out that most of these areas were actually quite playable and not glitchy. And now it looks like that might be because of Portal gamers like this, although they have actually added a lot of assets here to the map to give it more of a parkour assault course feel. The floor is lava, it seems, as well, and if you drop down, you'll die. And it looks like the objective in this game mode is to find the supplies and get to an extraction point. We can see that on the heads-up display at one point. So frantic, chaotic, I imagine. You might have noticed too that there are multiple teams in this game mode, and we will see more of that in the Portal editor footage later on in the video. So you can in fact do multiple teams rather than just two with NATO versus PAX as is in the main game. And the final game mode that we got to see was called Top of the...
This right here completely blows everything. I'm just like, forget about that. This is what I don't want to see.
World, and you guessed it, this is kind of a twist on Only Up. So whoever's created this has built...
This is like, you know when you play Minecraft and you go to some random world and there's just like shit floating in the sky, like all over the place. It's just, remember in Second Life, Sarge, you would go to someone's server and it'd be like pristine. It would look awesome. People took like, and then you go to someone else's server and it's just like random shit everywhere. That's what this reminds me of.
A massive climbing structure. As you can see, it's kind of like an obstacle course thing, but you can easily fall down. And the goal is to get to the top and secure an objective before the other teams do. And this is again multiple teams, kind of like the last game mode was.
The what?
They're casting the widest net possible.
Oh, I get it.
But there are checkpoints, so you can get to certain heights and have a checkpoint, so if you die, you can respawn there. Also, as you can see, you've got access to your guns and your gadgets. And you can be shot, you can shoot people. So,
imagine you can get shot and shoot people. It's fucking Battlefield.
Only Up, of course. Yeah. The only way to die is you mess up, you fall, and you take enough damage that you turn into a pile of jelly on the ground. Then you have to restart. But in Top of the World,
you have to wait for someone who's ambitious and has the time and knows how to use the engine better to make a good map for the rest of the community to actually play, so it'd be a Battlefield game. Otherwise, it's just a playground where people are just throwing shit to the wall and we see what sticks.
Well, El Dente says that. He says, but with all these tools, you could also make an actual Battlefield game inside of it, maybe by people like you. No, I get that. But here's a concept.
Change that photo immediately. I don't want to see that photo ever again.
Here's a concept.
I don't want to
the
see
developers
that photo ever again.
Yeah. Here's the people that actually make the game. What about they made the maps? Just a thought.
Yeah, but we talked about this every other game who came up with the map? Like, no one came up with the map. Like, it takes time to make a map, man. It takes time to make a good map that everyone can play on. So the reins are given to the community inside Portal to make the game, to make the map decent. You guys can't make a map? Is that how this works?
So, all right, let's continue.
In a sight on another team or player, you could shoot at them. You could try and kill them. They can try and kill you. And the objective on this game mode is right at the top, of course, but the overall structure to get up there, it doesn't seem that high, so I don't think it would take that long before people are at the top trying to capture it. However, it does look like it takes quite a while to capture that final objective, so there might be a bit of a skirmish at the top. So I feel like this mode is more of a proof of concept and to show people this kind of...
I think the whole thing is proof of concept.
...experience is possible. You might play this once or twice, finish it, and then that's it. And I'm sure that...
Hear what he said right there? Listen to what he said at the very end there.
Show people this kind of experience is possible. You might play this once or twice, finish it, and then that's it. And I'm sure
you might play this once or twice, finish it, and that's it. That's exactly it. most of this stuff that people are going to create are going to be a one and done type of thing. There might be a guy that makes a map that's just awesome. You put it into the rotation and stuff.
Sure.
But it's just going to be
That's
a
what you're hoping for.
junkyard. It's going to be a junkyard of crap that you go into.
Sure that when Portal releases, there'll be people who are going to immediately start building a more classic only up experience where you can't shoot each other, but it goes way, way, way up into the sky, and it's very challenging, and it might actually take
Like, I'm not
players
gonna lie.
an hour or
If I
even
had
2
the
hours.
if I had the time, I would make a map. I don't have the time. I have maps inside my head from over the years. What? How to lay out the maps, put the control points down. Like,
You can do it now, Sarge.
yeah, but I don't have the time.
All for the
It takes
low
time to
price.
make a map, bro.
All low price of nothing. You get paid nothing when it happens.
Hours to get to the top and complete it. Like I mentioned with the jet race game,
Pone says, doesn't Fortnite have the same kind of thing? Yes.
Yeah.
And that's fine because that's Fortnite. This is an established franchise that's been around for 23 years as Battlefield, and now it's Fortnite. There's a complete difference of Fortnite doing something like this and Battlefield doing something like this. See, Halo did this because they added Forge mode from almost the beginning, right? And this is 23 years of Battlefield campaigns, explosions, large warfare, all this stuff, and now you don't even have to play that of Battlefield. You can play racing sim. You can race up a tower.
The biggest net possible, bro.
game mode as
Yes,
well.
that's possible.
People could create a custom scoreboard for this and have best times on it, leaderboards, that kind of thing. Here's a look at the spatial editor. This is what we will have access to for creating experiences, and this is using Godot, which is open source. I think what we're looking at here is the project for the jet race. I think the blue spheres in the sky there are the waypoints, and they've basically loaded Liberation Peak here. On the left, it's called Capstone. I imagine that was the work in progress developer name for the map. But this gives you an idea of the level of
That's exactly right, Altern. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. 4 studios, and the best they can come up with is a community doing custom game modes and maps.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's what we're
4
talking
studios, $450 million, and you can make the maps for yourself.
control that you're going to have here. You can place assets in the world, you can
Now,
scale them, you can
if I
rotate
can
them.
make like Levolution and stuff, like I can make a crane collapse, or I can if I can put those resources on the map and make it myself.
So he says in this video, he says it's not at the start, but later down the road, they're going to add like weather effects, different maps, Levolution.
The
Yeah,
promises of later. Oh, yeah, I got the
All you have to do,
promises of
Sarge,
later.
is just wait a year and a half. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
You can
No, I
redraw
got
the
it.
combat areas, you can change where the sectors are, the headquarters. You can make custom game modes from scratch if you wanted to. That's the beauty of Godot as well, because of how flexible it is. Really, if you can think it, you can put it in here. You can import coding too. And the great thing about Godot is that you can use plugins with it. So members of the community could make plugins that did specific things in the game, whatever that might be, added mechanics or made the actual building process of these experiences easier. And as it's open source, release it to everyone,
Looks like
and the toolset
Firestorm
grows and
right
grows.
there.
No,
That's
Krebsy, there's a
Firestorm.
difference. There's a difference between mods made by fans and a company selling you the goods to then use in the game to monetize you. There's a difference between someone loving a game so much and then making an actual mod for the game, like the guys from Fallout and did all the stuff for the mods, and a complete other triple A studio or quadruple A studio putting the tools in a thing so you can make the content for yourself instead of, again, this is not a game. This is not warfare. Okay, the brand new franchise they created where you, the guys, can make the warfare in warfare. No, this is Battlefield. This is Battlefield that they've converted into Fortnite. They've converted into all these other games because they're chasing stuff.
Over time. They did mention after launch plans too, and they're thinking about this stuff apparently. They will be updating the tool after launch and giving players more power. They said that
So not only do you have to wait for the game to be finished, but now for the things, the tools they have so you can make the game, you have to wait for the tools to get finished so you can make the games for yourself.
they're looking for feedback on what people would want to see, and they're experimenting with transforming landscapes, which would be huge, mixing and matching assets and lighting adjustments. So you could make night modes, you could potentially add weather effects, wind, snow, rain, whatever, completely changing the vibe of the game if you wanted to.
Grandeur.
Right, potentially. this could be the best thing ever, right? But if, let's say no one plays it, let's say it fails miserably, what do they do with it? They drop it like third period French.
The same thing that happened to every other
Like
Portal
Firestorm and everything else. Yeah.
Imagine that zombies mode that we saw earlier, but nighttime. Perhaps you've got access to night vision goggles, but it's raining and windy. Adding some atmosphere.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't understand why you can't just make maps. Why can't you just make the maps? Why do you have to rely on the community to make maps? Like, it's one thing to tell us that we're allowed to make the map. It's another thing entirely that we don't get the same resources that you did to make the maps. So we have to wait for resources to come out for us to make the map. Like, what are we doing? I want to play a Battlefield game. Right? I want to play a Battlefield game.
You have to wait for people to make the game that you want, Sarge. Not the people that actually made the game, but you have to wait for someone to buy the game, then make the map to make the game that you want to play.
Yeah, listen, I'm sure I'm sure a lot of people are gonna have a lot of fun with this.
Sure.
The question is Call of Duty comes out a month after, other games come out after that. What's the time that people stay inside this game?
I feel like this is Netflix. There's gonna be a thousand maps that no one gives a shit about. And you're gonna find one and be like, "Oh, that's cool."
Didn't he mention something about personal servers? I'd get to that part.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Situation.
It's getting there.
Obviously, there will be a massive learning curve with
like
this stuff.
30
though,
seconds
but
away.
they are planning on creating internally produced tutorials for basic and advanced tooling in the editor. I'm sure that many people outside of the studios too will create tutorials on YouTube to make things easier for new users. Now, if you want to use the basic Portal Builder tool, you'll be able to load this up on PC, phone, or tablet.
PC, phone, or tablet, but not console. You can download this on PC, phone, or tablet, but not console.
And it's kind of similar to what we had in 2042, where it's all simplified, but there's so many different toggles, mutators, and sliders in here, so you can build your own custom experiences in here too. And they said that if you wanted to do closed weapons on Dumbo, which is one of the New York maps with one-hit kill weapons, you can do that. If you want to change player count, damage, vehicle spawns, weapon restrictions, etc. If you want to add more teams, you can see in the clip here, there's actually 5 teams stick there. You can create your own experiences here too. It's just in the Godot editor, you'll be able to do all that crazy stuff that we saw towards the start of the video. Also, we did hear that everyone who purchases BF6 is allowed to have one persistent server running.
So
what? Whoa. Rewind that.
Yeah, everybody, he says everybody that buys Battlefield 6 has the ability to have one persistent server, meaning 11 million people buy the game. There's 11 million persistent servers that can go live, that you can make your own thing, and it stays up if you're live or not, and people can play that.
So if you wanted to make a breakthrough server that rotated through all of the maps in the game, you could do that, and it will be persistent.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what was all that talk back in the past about server issues? We can't have all these servers. We can't. You can't have servers. We can't have dedicated servers for our own games because servers are expensive. But you're going to give everyone who buys the game their own personal server?
Their own persistent server, yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
So it'll be interesting to see how many servers that they're going to have to change it after launch, because obviously if 10 million people, 12 million, 15 million people buy the game,
I would have to say so, Al Dente. Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Well, no, it's not your PC, El Dente, because he says that if you're online or not. Here, listen again. I'll rewind it.
Everyone who purchases BF6 is allowed to have one persistent server running. So if you wanted to make a breakthrough server that rotated through all of the maps in the game, you could do that, and it will be persistent even if nobody's playing on it. In terms of the server browser progression and looking for experience.
So let's say you're correct, El Dente. Your PC is now the server. So now they've now used your computer as the host, right? As the thing. So as long as you're on, as long as you're on, people use your server. It's supposed to be persistent if you're on or not, right? If people are on it or not, it's going to be there.
Experiences and servers to play on.
Can't be my computer then, because I'm
right.
not on.
It can't be your computer.
Said that they're going to have keywords and tags which you can use to search for types of gameplay that you have in mind. And if there's experiences that are really popular, they could end up in the featured list of community servers on the main.
could be featured in the community service.
Menu playable with the press of a button. The server browser will also provide a list of all running experiences with filters and tags, and a bit about progression here too. They said that players will gain XP no matter where they choose to play, but there's different types of progression. You're going to have verified community experiences, which are close to the official formula of Battlefield, and they're going to get the same amount of progress as normal mode. So let's say if you wanted to do
hard, they can level up immediately. They're gonna make a map that they get the most experience possible. So they get the 100 kernel in less than a week because they just make up their own map.
My map will be I spawn in a guy, and as soon as you kill him, another one spawns. So you just sit there and shoot, and just level up your guy by just shooting one guy. It'll be the XP farm, right? It'd be beautiful. Then everyone will make videos like they do for Fortnite. Hey guys, want the best XP? Just come in and put the user code in 6469er, and then you'll get the greatest XP ever. This is exactly what Battlefield's turning into. Welcome, Battlefield Future.
Full Conquest 24/7 or Rush 24/7. They're going to give you the full XP.
I'm not complaining about the people that make Hell Let Loose or make actual maps in Battlefield. Fantastic. They're going to be far and few. There might be one. Just like the mods that people make in Starfield that made Star Wars, right? There's hundreds and hundreds of mods. You're like, okay, great, right? There's that Star Wars mod. You're like, this is fucking amazing, right? Like that's what's gonna happen, but shittier because people are gonna play this game and they're gonna be spread across thousands and thousands and thousands of different modes and people's maps, and the actual game itself is not gonna have anybody in it.
Custom experiences, which are distant from the typical Battlefield gameplay, they're going to grant you XP for the time that you spend playing it. No more specifics than that, but there it is for now. And also, before you join an experience, the XP progression will be clearly labeled and signaled, just so you know what you're getting into. So wrapping things up, this is a huge leap forward from what we had in Battlefield 2042 Portal. Very exciting. The Godot editor is crazy, adding spatial editing, coding, plugins, etc. It really feels like endless possibilities there. Stuff they talked about and didn't show, like top-down 2D shooters, scripted single-player missions, Desert Strike style game modes. And overall, this definitely opens up a door. It's another new...
You can make Foxhole in this now, right? You can make a top-down, Battlefield, whatever. Like you make Battlefield, but now it's top down instead of
the
3D.
The promises of grandeur always seem to pull people in, but what it takes hundreds of hours to make a map, bro. Can you make a map with friends? Like, if I'm running my own server, can other people come into it and we can all build together? Because if it's your personal server and you're gonna build a map you alone, it's hundreds of hours to make a map, bro. Hundreds, maybe thousands of hours.
There's no difference between releasing your map early and releasing their game early. It'll be broke, buggy, and updated 6, 8, 12 months down the road. Hey, guys, thanks for...
I get the draw of being able to make your own map, but think of it was much more basic in Halo than we're talking about what's going on here. Forge mode had pieces like Legos, and you put the Lego pieces together in different configurations, but you still had a set amount of Legos. This is like, I'll do whatever. I could do whatever. I have the same resources as the devs, but I don't have time, the thousands of hours to make a map. That's crazy.
I want to show one more video, and then we'll take questions, okay? We're not going to watch this whole thing. I just want to show this a little bit off here. This is a game that I don't even know how. Just gonna play it in the background, no sound.
No sound.
This is like Spider-Man meets Batman meets Grand Theft Auto, but with a Japanese anime type of thing, right? So this is
a game. It's not an anime.
This is called Ananta, 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 Anata. Okay. So I want you to watch the fighting and stuff. This reminds me of like Batman, the Batman fighting mechanic, or Spider-Man, right? He does some really cool moves. There's some cool like little things he does.
Ooh, the backbreaker with the chest.
Yeah, a little
punch.
backbreaker.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. The car. Okay. Ooh, over the back. What's that? What is he, like Venom?
Yeah, it looks like he has like a power, like a Venom character.
Headlock.
break down.
right?
Good combo.
Definitely got the Spider-Man / Batman fighting mechanic type of stuff, right?
Ooh, that was like a little power slam right
Ooh,
there.
double block.
Cheesy stomp, it still works. Good combos. Over the back thing's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like Spider-Man 2, but another game, right? Apparently, it's got like an open world, right? It looks pretty good. So we'll fast forward for a little bit here. Here, I'll fast forward to this part. Then a chick comes over in a car.
Is that a Supra? Oh, the red 2 move. Okay.
Yep. So now they go on a little chase sequence, and they're in the car. It's like a Grand Theft Auto type of chatter going on while you're driving. And then they quick time event like Spider-Man. And it seems pretty cool, right? It seems pretty interesting. I don't know much about it. Looks like a wide open city. Obviously, this is like scripted point where you have to go down certain roads or whatnot. But I would assume after you're done with this, like it opens up and you could probably drive around the actual city. I'm interested in seeing like all the buildings in the background. Can you climb them? Can you go inside them? Is there interiors? You know what I mean?
Go easy. You ain't going inside the buildings.
Yeah, you can see those are static up there with the windows. This looks better than Mind's Eye, I'll tell you that. Like 1,000 times better than Mind's Eye.
Well, the mechanics look good. The animations look good.
The windows are all shattering. He hasn't popped the tire.
He's definitely like Rambo, though. He's not getting shot at all.
Yeah.
He's got plot armor. He's got the biggest plot armor ever.
Then they're like switching seats. He's driving now.
I don't see a health bar.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. Most of the time when they do stuff like this, they're trying to show you gameplay, but there's the UI's missing and stuff like that. So
The wheels move.
yeah, the wheels move because in Mind's Eye they didn't. Yeah, they yeah. So obviously, it's pretty interesting, pretty cool looking. I just thought I would show you guys. Put it in the Discord. So I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty good, right? The fighting mechanics, the driving mechanics.
What is
right?
this?
The driving mechanics already look better than 007.
What is this?
Right? Driving mechanics look better than Mind's Eye. The fighting looks better than most of the games I've seen.
What is this?
He's getting dragged now. This is Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, but what's the? Okay, so is he like
he's trying to dodge?
He's got something inside him, or is it a?
Yeah, it's
an
like
ability?
he's Spider-Man. Yeah, it's like his. I don't know what the story is. Yeah, it's like Venom. It really is. Now I wonder if Sony's going to sue because this is Spider-Man, but not.
Oh, now he's surfing. Okay.
So it's interesting, right? So it's got a little. Again, don't know much about it, but seems pretty high end. It looks like he's almost fighting guys that look like Deadpool, like buff Deadpools.
Yeah, they have like spiked helmets.
So there you go.
Oh, he's got a hand grenade. Okay.
Apparently, there's no health bar. It's just quick time events galore.
Yeah.
Which is like James Bond.
Where are you going,
right?
buddy? Oh.
But why does this look more interesting
nice
than James
move.
Bond? Right?
Oh,
Why
nice
does this look
move.
more interesting than James Bond? Because James Bond looked very scripted as well. Quick time event is type of stuff. So there you go. I thought it was would be interesting to just to show. All right, it's time for Q&A. Time flies when you're having fun. 10 o'clock. So if you guys have a question, put it in chat. We have a couple already. Although, where is... How come... Oh, I guess I have to mark one first. There was ones up above. Yeah, let me mark that. Oh, did they not put them in there? Oh, that's not cool. Now I got to go... Let's see here. Yeah, so if you have any questions, it's Spider-Man plus GTA plus Uncharted plus Genshin Impact plus Mind's Eye plus Borderlands. Yeah, great game. There it is. Original game, taking all the other stuff.
I do like that kind of animation though, especially now with the games, because it's almost like you can't tell whether it's an actual animation show or it's a game anymore.
Right. I always feel like they could make the cartoons.
It looks that good. It looks
well, that's why I liked a Devastation from Transformers, because it was like they just ripped it right out of the 80s cartoon and made a game. That's what it seemed like to me. I'll answer that question now, Altern. I can. Oh, I forgot to say that. I did I mention it last week? I think I did, right?
Did you play
Jump Space? I played the 1 hour beta. I can't remember if I talked about it last week.
And
on the show, or did I talk about it on?
Talking about it.
Did I talk about it on Monday? I think I talked about it on Monday. Yeah, I played Jump Space. I played the 1 hour demo, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was playing single player. I had a bot with me, like an actual bot. That his name is Mr. Bot, I think his name is, and he like helps you and goes on the missions with you. I thought it was good. I like the way you fly the ship. I like the way you explore. Like you're doing starfighter battling in space. You stop in space and jump out of the ship and like collect to asteroids and go into the space stations, and you're killing guys. There's like vaults that you go into. It's a roguelike though. Okay, so like what you're doing in Jump Space is that you pick a mission, you do the mission. Once you complete that mission, it connects to another mission. Once you complete that mission, it goes to the next mission. I didn't get to complete the third one because my time expired. But you could go from one spot to the next, and then when you finished it, you finished the sort of like Helldivers. You finish all three, get the bonus, of the missions or whatever it is, and then you come back to base and you can upgrade your ship. So every time you go on a mission, you're starting on you have regular pistol, but then when you go loot stuff, you find a machine gun, you find a rocket launcher, you find other weapons while you're out there, you find other things to modify while you're on that mission. At the end of the mission, you lose those weapons though, but you gain resources and stuff to add to your overall ship or health or whatever else. It's a 4-player co-op game, so if you want to be the pilot, you could just be the pilot, right? But you have to communicate, I would assume, because if I'm flying around and you jump off ship, I don't know you're jumped off ship. You could be on an asteroid and I could just fly around without you in the ship, right? And then if my ship's on fire, I need someone to fix the ship. So it's pretty cool. I liked it, but it needs more things, and I'll answer his question now, which I'll put up on here. Okay, what do you think is missing in Jump Space to make it a must-buy?
Where's
crossplay?
Where's the stinger?
Sorry, Sarge. Forgot about the stinger. So what do you think is missing from Jump Space to make a must-buy? Crossplay. It has to have crossplay. Now, it's an early access or preview program, whatever it is. It's $20. They're adding more stuff down the road. They have to get crossplay working before it comes out release. Not 6 months after release. Like full release has to have crossplay. No crossplay, no buy. Because what's going to happen with that, you need the population. You might have a friend that wants to buy it, play it, but if he's not on the same system with you, that's 2 sales missing. Because solo, that game is much harder than with a group of people. It does scale with the people, but it's much better if you have a crew, because you're running around with your head chopped off. If your ship's damaged, then you have to go put out the fire. Literally, put out a fire. Then you gotta go fly the ship. Then you gotta go kill the guys. Right? It gets way hectic the farther you go in the game. So it definitely needs crossplay so more people can play together. Yeah, it's like Sea of Thieves a little bit, working on the ship together, 100%. All right, the next question. Dolphin says, how many units do you think the Xbox Ally handheld will sell?
Tell me the reason to buy one.
Well, if it's the price that it's supposed to be, we don't know the actual price yet. So if it's $500 for the low one and $900 for the top one, I'm going to say around Steam Deck numbers, which is 2 million, right? I'll say 2 million, 2.5.
I don't I'm still trying to figure out the purpose of me or anyone buying a ROGAllyX if you already have something else that you could play games on mobile. I don't understand the reason why you want yet another mobile system.
I see it for people that travel. I see it for people that just want the latest tech. I don't see it for the average gamer to play it, especially if I have to meal piece my thing together. Because does it come with a dock? Does the dock upscale my stuff? Do I get to put it on a television set? Do I have to hook? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Why am I going to pay $1,000? Like, I paid $1,000 for my television, let's say, right? And I have my console. So let's say I'm with the console and the television. Let's say I'm around anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000, right? Maybe $1,000. But now I'm buying $1,000 to play on an 8-inch screen because my wife's watching television.
Why can't I just play on my iPad? Why can't I just play on a tablet? Why can't I just play on my
processing
phone?
power? Yeah, I don't know. It's not a sale.
What processing power are you gonna have in that little handheld? What are you gonna have in there that I can't have in a portable unit? What magic chip is in there?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I think it's a very niche. I don't think it sells a lot. If the price was down, I think it sells millions and millions and millions of copies. But because the price is where it's going to be,
I'm still trying to figure out why are you trying to get into the handheld market?
The only thing I could think of, obviously, I've said this before in the past, is if they raise the price of the consoles, which they've done twice now. Okay, they price them out because the handheld's going to come out and it needs to be lower than the X. It needs to be lower than the X, and the X needs to be the highest, so they could sell more of those systems. Be like, well, I could buy an X, I'll buy the handheld instead. Right? Type of thing. Next one is, would you buy a PlayStation 5 to play Wolverine if you didn't have an Xbox?
Those days are over for me.
Yeah, I bought, I was
PC.
gifted for Christmas the year Spider-Man came out. My family bought me a PlayStation so I could play Spider-Man. I will not buy a PlayStation 5 to buy Wolverine. I'll just wait for it to come out on PC. Yeah. Do you think the Xbox Ally X is overpriced? Base $600 and Pro $999. Are those official numbers or those claims? There hasn't been an official price tag yet. Just rumors, correct? I'm asking a question to your question because I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I think everything's overpriced at this point.
Yeah, well, it's definitely overpriced. If that's the real price, $1,000 for a handheld, sorry, you're going to sell as many as those as they did the Portal, and the Portal was $200, $250, whatever it was, and they sold less than 2 million copies.
I'm still trying to figure out the spot that it fits in, the reason why you're getting that specifically. I'm still trying to figure this out. Portable game system, Not to mention their hardware being so substandard now. How long did those controllers last? How long did those buttons on the
performance-wise, is it going to run very well on the actual thing itself?
Right. How's the online capability?
So is Borderlands can't run on the Switch, but it's going to run on my Ally X?
ROGAllyX?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I understand it's completely two different things, but
processing power is processing power.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The next one is this just off the title Battlefield 6 campaign lets players command a squad? Do you think it will have like Ghost Recon Wildlands sync shot system? I don't know what the sync shot system is. I don't remember that. Is that you're controlling a squad and tell them what to do? Is that what that is, Krebsy?
There were a couple games that did that. Brothers in Arms did that. I'm trying to think what the other game was. What was the name of the other game? Brothers in Arms was one of them. There was a couple where you controlled the squad and then you had limited commands like go there, stay, hide, shoot, stealth, like all kinds of stuff. I'd like to see it come back. I'd like to see that kind of control come back to the forefront, but I haven't seen a game that's worthwhile yet.
You're saying it's official numbers. You're saying they're not official numbers. These numbers are off of Best Buy. Nothing official yet. Yeah. For the magical numbers, $1,000 is way too much. Bottom one, 500, fine, or 600. Okay. The top one needs to be less than the Xbox Series X. You cannot ask me to pay more than the higher end console that you're paying for that sits on. I'd rather just get a PC.
That's a good.
As far as
that's a good mechanic.
Next one, are we out of BR era? And what era are we in? I think we're in the co-op era.
Yeah, we're not in the BR. We're definitely not out of the BR era.
No, I think we're getting into the co-op area. I think a lot more games are coming out where people play co-op.
Yeah, there is a push for multiplayer. Yeah,
that's the era I think
we're. What era are we in? The BS era.
Yeah, we're in the bullshit era.
This is the complete bullshit era.
What is your favorite thing at Epic Universe? I didn't go to Epic Universe, so I went to the hotel. I haven't gone to Epic Universe yet, so can't tell you anything. Do you think the guy with the jet sim thing will be burned down in his house? Oh, I saw this. I didn't put it in as a story. The Sarge will get a kick out of this. Hold on. Let me get this for you, Sarge, because this will be, you're going to see this and be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Okay.
What do you do? So you put a jet engine in his house? What the fuck is this, bro? What? What is this guy doing? What is he doing? So what does he feel? The heat? Like what is he doing? Look, that is completely a dude's house, though. Look at it. That's a dude's house. He's got no furniture. The game room is just a giant junk room with the simulation in it. That's a dude's house. He's single.
I can't hear anything you're saying, Sarge.
I don't hear the sound. I don't hear the sound. I know.
I can't hear you because I can hear the sound. It's just like, ah! Fucking ridiculous.
Send me the link. I'll look at it later. That's mental, bro. He's single, by the way. He's not. No woman lives in that house. There's no way. There's no way.
Any thoughts on the Google admitting it to censorship? How has that not caused someone to be sued?
There will be. Yeah, it takes time. There will be.
Now that they've admitted to
it. They admitted to it. It's going to take time now.
Yeah, now that they admitted to it, they'll be sued. I don't really have thoughts on it right now because in my head, we get censored all the time. Like, we get censored live. We got censored last week. They deleted 15 seconds. I talked about Sony and Disney and whatever. They literally picked that out and just deleted it from my stream. I had to repeat myself. Like, they do it to me. So, and if I say they're doing it, everyone's like, nah, it's not true. And yet here they are, right? They do monitor stuff. They do. It's not like a person behind there going, oh, I heard him. No, it's AI. It's algorithms that they hear things, censors it, and then goes, oh, clip that, right? And that's what they take out. So it's been happening, and now it's just official. So I'm not crazy. Altern says, do you know that the Wayfinder will add a mod support soon? Do you think that will bring sales up? No, I totally forgot that. You know, I actually bought that game for $20 or whatever it was. I played it for an hour and a half, and I haven't gone back to it. Right? That's that one that came out, was it late last year or early this year? Mod support. That's great. That's the game that went from a live service model to a closed down co-op, like Dauntless model. And then now they're doing mod support. Fantastic. They're hopeless. They don't know what to do. And then Altern says, are you working on a new song? I'm always working on songs. I have lots of songs working in the background. Sometimes I make them and then I listen to them and it just doesn't hit, and then I delete them. I have no joke. I have hundreds of songs. I have tracks that are just ambient noises, like ambient sounds, like lo-fi type stuff. I have albums that I've created for Marvel. I have a song for each and every single character in Marvel Rivals. I just don't like them because I wrote them in the way where it was talking about the character, not the character in the game. So now I have to go back and try to recreate them because I Am Groot, which I love, which is also public. You can go stream that off of Spotify. But I have hundreds of songs that I have. I'm just not satisfied with them. So that's the last question. Let's see what you guys are saying in
It's
chat.
going to be an interesting couple weeks now. We're going to see what happens with the blowback for Borderlands. And then we got Battlefield around the corner.
Eric says you mark targets, push one button, and all your NPC squads shoot at the same and get rid of all the marked targets together. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. Why put fire on them? He's not even seeing it. Let's see. Dinner's ready. I'm playing games. Yeah.
There's no woman. There's no woman in that house, bro.
No.
You don't have that set up and you got a girlfriend or a wife. I got news for you. Zero chance. Zero chance that that's happening. Unless she's a crackhead and she's in the corner someplace sleeping. All right, there's no other way possible there's a woman in that house.
I want to know how the wall behind him's not burning.
He's far enough away.
It's not. What the hell happened there? He like crashed and something like what? He's got like confetti going over. Oh, it's like what the?
What is that?
So when he gets hit, hold on. I'll bring it back up.
What?
So
what is this?
He gets hit. Watch. So he's got the jets. He's flying, and then I guess he gets hit here. He's crashing. Yeah, he's crashing. So there's bits and pieces like flying.
I reiterate this again. There is no woman living in this house. What the hell is that?
He's wearing armor.
He jumped out of the chair.
He's wearing armor.
He jumped out of the chair. Like he had to bail out, like literally bail out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and play Squids because it's the mission, the major thing. We're just about to get to the actual major order. We've been fighting for the last 2.5 days to get to the planet that we're supposed to defend. So yeah, I'm gonna play more. Krebsy says, breaking news, Altern was right. The ROGAllyX handheld will cost $1,000 on release on October 16th. The regular Xbox Ally will be $600. Pre-orders are now open. Keeley, there you go. So it was official. Way too expensive. Way too expensive.
I don't know who they're marketing to, bro.
Was the $800 high-end devices flying off the shelves? No. So are these $1,000 units going to fly off the shelves? No.
Is there a stimulus check I don't know about? Is there like something coming down the pike? Like, are we getting like a stimulus check of some kind that everyone's going to get? I don't understand what's happening.
Dolphin says, pre-ordering now. Sure you are. With all the time you have, Dolphin, with all the time you have.
No shot, dude.
All right. Episode 458 is in the can. We do appreciate you very much coming out, hanging out with us. If you like it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate all the likes and the subs and everything else. If you like the podcast, you can also check it out on the past broadcasts over on this channel on 30NSG. If you're over on Twitch, you can come over to YouTube and watch it. You can go to Spotify and watch the video podcast as well. You can go back and watch all the other podcasts that we've done. Audio versions and video versions for the last couple of years is all up on Spotify. So you can go back and see all the predictions that me and Sarge made and were correct. I didn't show this, but like this one, okay? We showed this one where I said that no Pixel will get bought out, which they did. They got bought by Rockstar, and I said that Rockstar will use them in GTA 6, and which they are. So no Pixel, role-playing, it's converged, and it's going to be integrated into GTA 6. So there you go. So stuff like that, which we predicted. And I'm not psychic or anything. It's just that we read stuff, and we see things, and then we make educated decisions based off the articles and stuff that we read. So appreciate it very much. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We appreciate you, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Game on, guys.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips, tips and tricks from pixel trips, news that pours from gaming sips, critical minds and candid lips, and Generation X Gaming Show.